I mean, you can survive without having a great quarterback. And I just think the Browns, they'll never be good until they can shore up that court because they've never, in my 37 years of living, they've never had a great quarterback. And I mean, yeah, I mean, probably in the 80s, like team that made the AFC Championship game, maybe them teams. But
I mean, Bernie was okay. I wouldn't call him great.
Like, okay, they're in a position right now where they look like they're gonna have a top 5 pick, right? So do we
Yeah.
trust them to draft a quarterback if that's the case they're going
no,
to? I mean, do
no,
we trust them
So,
to
so
pick a
well, let
quarterback?
me ask this, yo. What is the problem in Cleveland? I know they got a few injuries. I know that. But
I'm,
the major injury was Nick Chubb, but they knew that coming into training camp. Now I can see if Chubb was there for training camp, preseason, yada yada yada, then he got hurt week 2. I get that. But your game plan didn't even involve him. So I don't want to hear about Nick Chubb. All right. What the fuck is wrong with Cleveland? They have too much talent
Back,
to be playing the way that they're playing.
in my opinion, it's the quarterback. I feel like the team has given up on Deshaun. It's what, year three?
yeah,
In 2 years away from his suspension, and you could say he was playing well last year before the injury, but to me, I don't think he was at the standard we assumed he would be at. And if you look at how he's played, what, the 6 games he's played, he hasn't looked that good.
But he played a total of what, 12 games now, right?
Yeah, I don't know the full total amount, but it's
I
somewhere
know he
between
played
like,
six. I know he played six that one with last year. I know he played six.
and I
but
think he
see,
played
Oh, so
eight.
18 games. 18
Yeah,
games.
yeah,
Yeah,
almost
but
20.
my only issue with that is we had Jimmy Garoppolo and they hated that motherfucker. Now, granted, they stayed on script with Kyle, but they hated that motherfucker. But the team still performed. Like nobody's performing on Cleveland, man. On either side of the ball. It's a
yeah,
shit show.
yeah. So what I'm gonna say is, I don't think it's just Deshaun. I think they kind of the players. I don't think the players listen to that coach no more either. I think that's like another
You
subtle
think
issue.
his message is dead?
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, like I mean, because I just don't know. Because like yeah, like Deshaun ain't playing well, but you as the coach, I mean, like you got to be able to rally around you. I mean, your players got to be able to rally around you. And I get that Deshaun ain't playing that great, but it's like I mean, like you're the coach, and like so, like like the defense was what, a top like what 5 to 8 unit last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, this year they're just not playing that well. Maybe it's a combination of the DC too, like that, like. But he only been there a year, so I mean, to me, it's more than just the quarterback. I mean, the quarterback is a big part of it, but I think it's more than that.
Didn't they also lose some coaching staff this previous offseason?
They lost the O line coach went to Tennessee with his son, and Bill Callahan, who's probably the best O line coach in the league. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's not the reason why the O line ain't good. The O line ain't good because they've been hurt on the O line pretty much the whole season.
Yeah, I know. I believe it's two of their interior players, or maybe an interior player and a tackle.
Yeah, I think at one
Um,
point, like both the tackles was out at one point.
yeah.
So I mean, it's a combination, man. But I mean, that what they got going on there is like an epic fail, though, to me. Because I mean, they should be
But hey,
better.
man, we got a lot to get into. But before we proceed, man, we got to give y'all the intro. Stay here, stay tuned. Appreciate y'all for tapping Yo, 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 what's good? Welcome to another episode of the CheckDown. I'm one of the hosts, man. Schmitty. J-Man, what's good with you, bro?
Not much. First and foremost, man, my college is having a homecoming this week in Clark Atlanta University. So I mean, all my niggas out there go crazy. Got that going on. Got a big game for Georgia tonight. So yeah, I mean, like I'm feeling good right now.
Yeah, man. Pop, what's good with you?
I'm chilling. Glad to be back with the people.
Sir, what's happening, man? You all right?
Yeah, I'm cool. What's up with y'all?
You know, I got a terrorist on my college team. The people say it's a terrorist on my NFL team. So the only difference is one is horrendously losing, and the other one is barely winning. So we're gonna get into it though, man. Them niggas kind of sad right now. So first game, man. You know, we got a nice little college slate. Couple of little decent games. So we'll get into it. First game is number 7 versus number 11. Tennessee, Alabama favored by 3, over under 57.5. Yeah, this gonna be a little showdown, man. It's gonna be a little showdown, man. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. Both defenses kind of offense is hitting a little bit on all cylinders. Obviously, listen, I'm a advocate for Ryan Williams. That young cat be smoking. I mean, for real, he really be getting off. So, take Alabama today.
Yeah, I think you cut out, man. Smitty.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, and we can hear you now.
Yeah, I think something happened with Smitty.
Yeah, I mean, Smitty was talking. All of a sudden, he just got cut off. I mean, I'll get into it real quick. I think Alabama caught a break, man, because like to play Tennessee in that and not to be a night game, because like the Tennessee atmosphere would be crazy already. But I mean, like they are night games even crazier. So I think they caught a break with it being a 3:30 kick. The line is -3 Bama. I mean, one thing I do like in this game is I do like the over because I'm starting to notice a trend in these like top 10 matchup games. Is well, this is to bring out a top 10 because Tennessee's 11. I mean, but a lot of these games have like a lot of points scored in them. And like the over under is 57.5. I mean, Bama's defense hasn't been the greatest. I mean, Tennessee's defense is okay. I guess you could say it's okay. So I do like the over in this game. The Georgia fan in me wants Tennessee to win. Because I don't want to have because I'm just a Bama hater. So if they could lose, cool. But I mean, picking this game, it's just hard, man, because I mean, like Tennessee, like I just don't trust Tennessee. Like I think the offense is real gimmicky. And if you have a defense that can actually slow down the run game with their quarterback not being as experienced, I think you can slow down their offense. And I mean, like especially like their run game. And I think Bama is they're okay against the run for the most part. Their secondary has kind of had some issues in the last couple of games, where they've given up a lot of big plays. So I mean, we had that gun in my head. I'll probably take Bama money line. Like I think Bama can pull it out. I mean, but I mean, for me, it's like 50-50, man. Like, I mean, Tennessee could win the game or Bama could win the game. It just really depends. Props. I mean, like I'll always tell you in the Bama game, always go for Bama for like a touchdown, man. Like, I mean, he's gonna run one in at some point. So I mean, he's good for that. And then like the running back for Tennessee, Sampson, he's always good for a touchdown. I mean, they've only played 6 games and he already has 15 touchdowns already. So I'd lock him up for a touchdown. And then like the 17-year-old phenom from Bama, Williams, he hasn't. I mean, the Georgia game he had a really good game, and then the Vanderbilt game, it was there was some plays he could have made that he didn't make. So I expect him to actually play better today. So yeah.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what the hell happened, but yeah, he hit it on the head. Right, and Wills receiving yards. Um, give me Jalen Milrow for anytime touchdown. Give me the running back for Tennessee anytime touchdown. Give me Alabama money
To me, this is a pivotal matchup in the SEC. I think this is when we're gonna start seeing which teams really gonna have a shot for the playoffs, and I think this is one of the matchups that are gonna determine that. Alabama, for me, not only offensively but defensively, they haven't played to the standard that I think they should have. In that South Carolina game, they got it together in the latter part of the third quarter, going into the fourth. But I need to see that at the beginning of this game. Uh, Tennessee's offense, to me, it can be slowed down. It can be stopped if you, because to me it feels like it's based upon timing and tempo, and if you disrupt that, the offense seems to fall apart. And then I think if Bama's defensively can get to or is able to disrupt that, I think they have a good chance. I do like the over. I think it's possible for both teams to score around 30, 30 plus points. But we'll see. I'll slightly lean towards Bama just because I think they have the better talent. But I think this game for me is going to be which team has the better coaching. And I'm not quite sure that it's DeBoer. I'm not sold on that yet, but I do think this will be a good game.
line. The next game on the list for today is Colorado versus Arizona. Arizona favored by 2. The over/under is 57.5. I'm definitely taking the over. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm taking the over. Definitely taking the over. Because listen, Colorado overs is like, I don't even know, bro. It's hey Mick, you ever been like looking for like the remote and you find it in the couch? It's kind of like how Colorado is like you looking for the money. You like, dang, they ain't go. And then right at the last second when you like almost aggravated, they just cover. And it's like, perfect. You was in the right spot. It's just like that, bro. It's just like they find a way. You know what I'm saying? They find a way to cover every time on that over. Arizona is a decent team, but they coming in at 3-3 today. Colorado coming in at 4-2. I'm taking Colorado money line. I believe they win today, man. Give me Colorado money line. Give me Shador passing yards over. Um, yeah, that's about it. That's what I'm taking.
J Mick, you muted.
Oh damn. Yeah, and that was the person that boom by accident. But I'm kind of like I say it every week, man. Like if you give me a chance to pick the Colorado over, then I'm going to take the over every time. They have definitely covered the over most of their games. Like I think one of the games that might not have went over, I'd have to look at it.
Nebraska.
Yeah, so that was one of the only games. Most of the games go over. I mean, like Arizona can score points as well. So I like the over. I actually like Colorado in this game. The game last week they could have won the game. And if Travis Hunter, if he don't get hurt in that game, I mean, I think they got a good chance to win the game because they only lost to Kansas State by 3 points. So they went to Kansas State and almost won that game. So I like their prospects of winning this week. They're just playing a lot better than they did last year, in my opinion. I mean, like in the trenches and the skill positions. So I mean, like Arizona to me is kind of like a Dr. Jekyll and a Mr. Hyde kind of team. And like some weeks they play really well, and and there's the other weeks where they play really bad. So there's just not a lot of consistency there. So that's why I'm gonna go Colorado money line. Props. I mean, I would definitely take Shador's passing yards. Man, that's he's probably gonna hit that pretty much every week. Like that. I like Travis because I heard that Travis is supposed to be coming back this week. So I mean, give me him for a anytime touchdown. Give me Tet for Arizona for a anytime touchdown as well. He don't got a bunch of touchdowns on the year, but he's essentially the number one wide receiver prospect in the draft. Yeah, I mean, if he's not number one, then I mean he's number two. So yeah, I mean, like those are the props that I like. I mean, the Arizona quarterback, I really don't trust him too much. I mean, he has a tendency to turn over the ball, so I'm not sure what he's going to do. And the running backs, I mean, the running backs could score, but I'm just not like it's like I wouldn't put my money on that. Like it's more like a lean situation. So
I'll say this about Colorado: they've won more games than I thought during this beginning stretch of their schedule, and they've played a little better, in my opinion, the last 3 games. I I do agree with the overs because any team playing Colorado in Colorado themselves, usually the overs hit. So I'll take the overs for T Mac, Hunter, Bourne Jr. With Colorado. I'll take their receiving overs in this. I'm gonna slightly lean towards Colorado in this game. I think they'll be able to offensively score points to beat Arizona. Like Jay Nick, Arizona is just too inconsistent for me to really trust them to pull this game out. Um, so I'm just gonna roll with Colorado, and I think I'll say this: I didn't have Colorado as a favorite for the Big 12, but I think they could potentially make a run for the championship.
All right, so we got 2 more games, man. We got number 24 Michigan versus number 22 Illinois. Michigan favored by 4. The over/under is 44.5. Michigan kind of railing, man. They got 2 losses already. They kind of coming in this game kind of on the downward spiral. They're not really looking good. I mean, a loss today obviously puts them out of the top 25. They need to win bad. I mean, they really need to win bad. Obviously, me and Mick was just talking about like the playoff hopes might be down the drain if you take another L, and you still got Ohio State and you still got Oregon on your schedule. Like, it ain't getting much easier for Michigan at this point. So, I don't know. I don't know about their chances today of beating Illinois. Illinois has been playing some good football. Michigan thing to me, like, I don't know if I'm tripping, but it's like I thought their defense would at least be intact, like at least holding up, And it seems like I don't know, they seem so mid on defense. Like, offensively, we knew they was already gonna have like a little struggle. Defensively, they've been bad.
Yeah, I think it's like the linebacker play. Really, I mean, like this. The secondary. I mean, like like they got NFL players in that secondary and also on the D line, but the linebackers have been kind of, underwhelming to say the least. This is for me. This is a hard game to call, man, because it's like Michigan. I mean, like for me, like I have issues picking a team that can't throw the ball. Like literally, Michigan has issues throwing the ball. So it's just like, and like the thing about, like Illinois is they're 5-1. Like they've relatively played pretty well. But I necessarily don't trust them either. So I'll say like my pick for this game is Illinois plus the 5. Like I'm not sure Illinois can win the game, but I think they can keep it close enough so that they can cover the 5. This might be your typical Big Ten game where it's a defensive struggle. So I mean, if you put a gun to my head, over under, I'll probably take the under because I think the under is 44.5. I think you can go under because, like I said, like this is like old school, like Big Ten football right here. Like, you're gonna get a lot of running, and a lot of defense and all that. So that's why I think the game will go under. Definitely think the Michigan running back Mullins can get in the end zone, so I'll take him for anytime touchdown. For me, he's the only lock to get in the end zone for me, really. Like Loveland is one of the better tight ends in the league, but he hasn't been having that great of a season, and you can kind of draw that to Michigan's quarterback, position. You might be able to throw a couple pennies, well, when I say pennies, but like a couple dimes on this kid this kid named Bryant, playing for like Illinois. he's got 7 touchdowns in 6 games. So I mean, like you might want to, I mean, just I'm not saying put a bunch of money, but like a small little, I mean, like sprinkle on him.
Okay. Pop.
Yeah, like to what y'all said, I don't really, I can't really trust Michigan, specifically offensively. Um, and defensively, they haven't stepped up like I thought they would, and I could lean on the fact that Jamie says the linebacker play hasn't been well, and I can agree with that. I'm just gonna go with Illinois. I just think that even though they're not this great explosive offensive team, I do still think that they're the most productive out of the unit in this game, and Illinois' defense is pretty solid. So I'm just gonna just take Illinois just straight up money line. I like them to win.
All right, so this, another big game for the night, man. Number 5 Georgia versus number 1 Texas. Texas favored by 4.5 over under 57.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is my game right here, man. This is about the 3rd or 4th week that my team has played the number 1 team in the country. We traveling down to Austin, man. I mean, it's a tough game, man. I mean, like pretty much everybody on Texas. I mean, nobody believes in us, and I mean, I could kind of see why, because I mean, we definitely played. I mean, Mississippi State last week, and our DBs in the second half kind of got torched a little bit. So I mean, I can see why. But also, I mean, when I look at the matchup, and I mean, just from a non-biased perspective, I mean, Texas's competition ain't exactly been stiff. I mean, like the best team they played is Michigan, and Michigan can't throw the ball. So I mean, they haven't played. They ain't really played a bunch of offenses that you would ride home about. To be honest. So I mean, saying all that to say is like we're going to be the best offense that they faced so far. Because I can give you some of the teams they play. Like they play Colorado State, UTSA, Louisiana Monroe, Mississippi State, and I mean Oklahoma. And almost all them teams can't really throw the ball. And I mean, I mean Beck. I mean he ain't the greatest quarterback in the world, but I mean Beck did throw for over. I believe it was like over 350 and 3 or 4 touchdowns last week. So he has the capability to actually throw the ball. It's just whether he has his head, kind of, screwed on straight and is not just trying to throw picks. And I think that's the biggest thing for me. If Carson Beck can just have a clean game and not turn over the ball, like I think we got a great shot to win the game. And then our defense is pretty stout in terms of, I mean, stopping the run game. I mean, like especially between the tackles, they can be had on the edges at times because I mean you've seen that in the Bama game in the first half. So I mean that's just something that I'm gonna keep my eye on in the first quarter. Is if I mean like if we showed up the I mean like run defense in terms of like the edges and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean like my pick for the game. I mean obviously I'm going Georgia money line. Like I mean like and I think there's a spot that we need to win this game. And I said in the preseason I was like between the Bama and the Texas game we got to go 1-1. The Bama game was a disaster in the first half, a complete disaster. Well, first quarter more like it was a disaster. The team showed some heart in the second half and came back and almost won the game. So I mean that's a benefit. But yeah, I mean like and I like us plus I mean like I mean money line, and I mean also I think the over under it moved up. It started at 55.5, it's 56.5. It's kind of like I said earlier in the like in the show, like a lot of times when you have these like top 10 matchups, we all think it's going to go. We all think it's going to go under, but I think there's a great possibility that this game could also go over. I mean, so I would take the over as well. And I like ETN to get in the end zone. I mean, like maybe not just once, but he has a possibility to get in the end zone twice. And then I think for Texas, I think Isaiah Bond is supposed to be playing. I think he was questionable because I think he got hurt in the game last week. So So yeah, so I mean, like the Georgia receivers, I mean, like Carson Beck does have 15 touchdowns. I mean, some of these guys, I just don't like. I'm not going to trust them with my coin. Like I think one of them is going to catch a touchdown. One or two of them is going to catch a touchdown or two. I just don't know which one, and I'm not willing to put my coin on them. So that's just what I'll say about that.
This is gonna be a good game, man. I think this game gonna be very, very physical. I think Georgia. I mean, obviously Georgia got something to prove that this kind of they stomping ground, kind of they conference. Texas got to come in and fight, man. I don't know. I think Quinn Ewers back. I don't really like Quinn like that, man. I would have preferred to see Archie. I would have preferred to see Archie versus Georgia, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I would have preferred to see Archie versus Georgia, but obviously we didn't. So I'm gonna take the Georgia. I'm gonna take Georgia plus the points. I'm gonna take Georgia plus the points. Pop.
Yeah, I think this is a big game, specifically for Texas because what they've done this season, I think, has been pretty impressive. And to me, this will be a statement win for Texas, going against a perennial SEC favorite.
Okay, I don't know. I think Pop has something going on. Check.
Yeah, maybe we lost it for a second.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like some fucking construction shit going on that threw me off. But Texas is going against one of the premier teams in the conference, like Georgia, and I think this is a pivotal game for them. And if they get this win, I think this is their true announcement of being in the SEC. Now, I don't know if they'll win the game, but I do like their chances. I'm personally staying away from any spreads or money lines. I'll probably just go with the over because I think both offenses can score points. So I'll go with that, and I'm just looking to see what the end result is. I think this is going to be a pretty good game. I believe this is the night game, so I think this is a solid way to kind of end the college football slate we're going to have today. And yeah, I just hope it's a great matchup.
All right, so that's the last college game right there. So we got obviously four things. Obviously, we got the football slate we want to get into, but two big trades obviously happened. So those are something I want to get into. Tua is set to return to practice this upcoming week. Obviously, a sensitive subject. And then we're going to give out our players of the week from the following week before we get into the new slate. So how y'all feel about these two trades that happened, man? Obviously, J. Mick, you're affected the most by the two trades. You can jump on it first.
Yeah, so I mean, like it's kind of funny, man, because I mean, both these two teams, they played on Monday night. Tuesday, you wake up, the Jets make the trade for Tate, which was probably in the works since the summertime. Like, hey, that ain't no surprise. And then a couple hours after that was announced, the Buffalo Bills announced that, I mean, like they acquired Cooper from the Browns. Like the timing was just kind of funny. It was interesting and funny to be at the same time. I don't think the Jets have a wide receiver problem. That's my only problem with the move. Like, I mean, I get it. Like you're getting more weapons, but like like Garrett was good. I mean, Lazard's been better than I thought he was going to be. I feel like
didn't Lazard just have a breakout game like the night before?
Yeah, I mean, he had 100 in the Bills game, and then the week before, I think he had 2 touchdowns in the game the week before, or maybe it was the week before that. But he's had a good season though, low key. So for the Jets' perspective, I mean, great. I mean, you got more weapons, but that doesn't solve the offensive line issues, and that doesn't, solve the other issue in the trenches where they can't stop the run between the tackles. I mean, they let Ray Davis run on them quite frequently, and he's a rookie. He's not even that starting running back.
I don't know if this is. Hold on, let me check. Go ahead, keep going. Let me check.
Yeah, so to me, the Jets trade, like, I get it that they wanted Tate to play with Aaron Rodgers because they got that chemistry. Cool. I mean, it does make them harder to defend though, because now Garrett's going to be in the slot, which he's a demon in the slot. And then when I look at the Bills needed a number one wide receiver. Now, like Amari Cooper, like I feel like his best days are behind him, but he's a guy that when you put him on that team, I think he slots perfectly on that team. He pushes all the other wide receivers down, like Curtis Samuel, and you got Keon Coleman, and then you got who else you got, and you got Shakir that plays in the slot. So I think for me, like, the Bills needed this move more than the Jets in terms of adding a weapon to the offense. But my issue with Amari Cooper is he tends not to show up in big games. So I've got to see how that looks too.
For me, I agree with J Mick. The Adams trade doesn't necessarily fix a problem, because I don't think wide receiver was the issue. I think it was play calling, and also the offensive line hasn't been what I believe they wanted it to be. Specifically, the tackle position. I think the Adams acquisition though does. I think it's going to do wonders for Wilson, putting him back in the slot where I think you'll see more production out of him. I also think it'll help the run game. You have Brees Hall, you have Braylon Allen, but they're not really producing. So hopefully this Adams acquisition can get that part of their offense going, because I think that's been the missing piece for the Jets. Defensively, I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe that Bills game was an outlier, but what Ray Davis was able to do against them, hopefully that gets fixed against the Sunday night game when they play the Steelers. The Bills, Amari Cooper, I think this was a perfect fit for them, because what it allows them to do, it takes the attention away from the wide receivers. You're not really pressing up on Coleman. I think this also will be a big boost for Kincaid, because Kincaid has kind of been quiet this season. I think he's only had one kind of big game, but for the most part, he's been held in check. So I think you'll see more production out of Kincaid as well. And you also are not forcing this wide receiver
You
core
promise, Pop?
something.
You promise? Do you promise me we're going to see more? Because he on my fantasy team and that nigga been blowing wreck.
Hey, listen, I took his season over, so I'm praying, bro. Like, I got money on the line with him.
He been getting me kicked in the head.
Total over. And this is week 7, and bro, he not even at 30% of what his line was for this season.
It was like a couple weeks ago. I forgot who they was playing, but I was like, oh, Kincaid should go crazy right here. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see what Kincaid got going on. He got like 6 points. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I'm just hoping, because it's like Cooper, while I do agree with Mick, like maybe his best days are behind him, you still got to key in on him, though, because I think he's still a quality wide receiver 1. And I think you also be able to have Coleman, because I think they were forcing Coleman to be the one, and I don't think he's there. And I think this allows him to grow more as a wide receiver, because you can see in the games where he's not on the same page as Allen. Like, Allen is expecting him to be one way, and he's doing something completely opposite. So I think this is give him growth. I think Shakir, he'll probably you'll see more production out of him. But I think this trade for the Bills gave them the boost that they needed on the offensive side of the ball. They were missing a one, and they got it. And I think, so I like what the potential that this offense can be in the coming weeks.
Certified?
My bad, bro. Oh, what happened?
We was talking about the two trades that occurred.
Oh, you talking about Tay and Diggs? I mean,
Yeah,
Coop.
yeah.
Um, well, I'm gonna start with this, man. It's never a bad thing to add talent, and adding talent to that Jets offense, I can't see how it's a bad thing. Now, do I feel like it fixes things? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if your underarms is funky and you put on the right cologne, it might fix it for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, but that offensive line is still cheeks, man, and that defense is way underperforming. They're way underperforming, and it's like I don't even really feel like the main issue. They have talent on the offensive line. Most of those guys, this is their first time playing together. You know what I'm saying? And they need time to gel. I don't know if they will, but they need time. New system, different players, different roles and responsibilities. But I feel like their biggest issue is off the field on the sideline. In the front office. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't recall a time where a player had this much control over a football team. So I'm always worried about them as far as a leader, because A-Rod may be calling the shots, but he's far from a leader. As far as Buffalo, man, I don't know what's going on. All I heard all off season was, they was, talking about that offense at the second half of the season. We don't need digs. We a run first team. It's a whole new offense. Now it looks like they trying to go back to what they was. So I'm confused by why did you get rid of Diggs? I mean, at least this motherfucker was bitching and complaining about getting the ball. This motherfucker, Amari Cooper, might show up, but he probably won't. Okay. He'll show up for one game and the motherfucker will disappear for five. He just be out there. I don't know what the fuck Coop be doing. He just be out there just running and shit. Like I think somebody said he leads the leads in drops or something, or I don't know. Well, maybe it was the AFC North. I'm not sure, but he led somebody in drops. But I don't trust Amari Cooper. He's a quitter. He's a known quitter. All that talent, and it's like he's not going to show up more times than not. And that's just a fact. You can't argue that. He's quit everywhere he's gone. He didn't show up in with the Raiders. He didn't show up with the Cowboys. He didn't show up for Cleveland. So I mean, I think he just gonna magically show up every week for Buffalo. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't. We'll see.
Yeah, I think the stat you're talking, it's not it was not an AFC North, but it's the whole NFL. I think he's got one of the highest percentages of drop, like catchable drop passes. It's something like his drop rate is like this season was like 25% or something on like catchable passes or something like that. So
But of the two, I definitely like Tay with the Jets more. But again, adding talent is that's never a bad thing. Hey, Smitty, you there?
Oh. The other topic I wanted
Oh,
to
okay.
cover is Tua Tagovailoa is slated,
Yeah, I saw that.
according to reports, to return to practice this coming week.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
how we
saw
feel
that.
about that, man? I mean, do we? I mean, obviously he's been out for 4 weeks. Um, obviously the concussions. I mean, obviously are a problem. They don't seem to
Yeah,
be going anywhere. Um, I'm fearful for the man being on the field, but obviously
same.
he's a grown man, so he make his own decisions. So I really can't control that. But how everybody else feel about Tua making a return?
I for one, so I don't like it. But I mean, whether he come back this week or 4 weeks later, the risk is still the same. So, I just my big problem with the Tua thing is it's like he knocked himself out by making contact with the defender's forearm. It wasn't even a full body collision. I could see it had he dove and he hit um Hamlin's torso, or he hit Hamlin's thigh. You know what I'm saying? If he hit Hamlin's shoulder with his helmet, he hit his forearm with his
Right.
helmet and he knocked himself out. So it's like I'm worried for the man beyond football. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, is he gonna go the rest of the season without getting sacked? No. Is he gonna make it through the season without getting knocked down or hit? No, he's not. And I don't know if he's gonna get up next time he gets hit. If you running into somebody's forearm knocks you out, bruh, I mean, but he a grown man. They definitely need him.
Facts.
That offense is horrid without him. And you can't just go to the quarterback store and pick up a quarterback. That's not how that works. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I see all aspects of it, but it's like, man, this is, I don't like it.
It's real life, man, and I mean, you only one injury away from being permanent. You know what I mean? From something being damaged for life. You only get one opportunity. Obviously, he obviously feels some type of necessity to be on the field because what other reason do you come back for? I mean, I don't see like the love of the game is obviously a big factor right now. You know,
I mean,
I don't
money
fault
plays a
the guy.
role in it. He on his 5th year option right now.
I mean, but
And
he still would have got a percentage of that contract though.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but that injury settlement ain't that first year of that new contract. That first year of that new contract is where you really get a lot of that money.
No, I'm saying he would have got like a good piece of change. Like
and he still would have got the signing bonus thing that he got.
you
Like,
get the signing bonus and like a hundred mil, I think, or something like that. Like
Yeah, it was like
140.
90
Yeah,
plus million he would have
yeah.
been able to
On top of the
receive.
signing bonus, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he would have still got like 130, 140 million dollars, sir.
yeah, but for me, I don't think it's a money issue for him. I think it's a love of the. I think he loves
Yeah,
playing.
that's what I just said. The love
Yeah.
of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be
So
love of the game.
I don't because he's made a lot of money since he's been. He was a top five, top five, top six draft pick. So he got
Mm-hmm.
some good money from that from his rookie deal. He's on a 5th year option this year. Just signed a new deal. To me, it's got to be more than the money, man. Because to me, it's like to endure what he's endured and the kind of concussions he's endured. He's got to love this game I'm to a certain extent that we just don't because we don't play the game at that level. So to me, that's what it's got to be. But the funny thing was, like after that game, we had a show, and I even said then I was like, I expect him to play this year again. And like I said, like I just think he loves to play the game. He's not going to give up. He don't. And second of all, I don't think you want to go out like that either. That's another part about it. And also at the time, I mean, if he chooses to come back and play, man, that's that man's decision, man. I'm not gonna judge that man like it's not, like it's not my life to live. So if that's what he wants to do, then I just hope that he can stay healthy. He don't get concussed again, and have a kind of like concussion seizure or I mean like whatever they call that shit. I don't know what they call it, but I mean, and that's you hear me saying that, and that's a division rival of mine. Like, I don't like the Dolphins at all. Like I'm gonna be honest. But like like when it comes to the players, like I don't have any ill will towards the players of the teams that I don't like. So like I hope when he comes back, I think the coach already said he's going to start next week. He's not going to play this week, obviously, but he's going to start next week. And that's the week before the Bills game. Again, they got to play the Bills again, which is like nightmare for that man. But yeah, like I just hope that he can stay healthy, man. I can hope that he just doesn't run himself into another concussion. That's all.
Pop.
Yeah,
how
I
you feel
agree
about that?
with most of what's been said. Like, I personally felt that he was always going to come back and play at some point in the season, just because the play in which he injured himself, he didn't need to do that. They got the first down, but he was still fighting for more yardage. And to me, that showed like, oh, he's really trying to fight for this team. He's trying to put the team on his back. Unfortunately, he did become concussed, and that was what his first concussion this year.
First
Oh,
concussion in I think they said first concussion in 19 games or something like that.
yeah. So, and for it to look that bad just lets you know just like what type of risk Tua is taking by
So what
continuing to
protected
play
him for
this
the
game.
19 games? If anybody could tell me that, Pop. I mean, I know you gone, but can you tell me what protected them last season? I mean, what was
I don't
effective
know.
last year? A lot of people saying they believe he should put the weight back on. They
I'm
believe him losing the weight.
Yeah, but I think last year he didn't do a lot of running around. He stayed in the pocket a lot because I mean the blocking. He didn't have the best O line in the world, but it was you know I mean, it was good enough for him to stay in the pocket and throw the football.
Yeah, and
Right.
I believe they lost pieces on that line in free agency this year.
Okay. No, I know I was in a Dolphin space and they were like he went 19 games, they were saying like the only difference from those games to this game was like I guess he lost like 15 or so pounds over the off season.
Yeah, I mean he got slimmer, but the way he got concussed, I don't care how much weight you had on you, that wasn't going to make the difference in you not being.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can understand if maybe he got hit and then like his head slammed into the ground. That's not what happened. He literally
He slammed
slammed
his head
his
into somebody
head.
else.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
that's what I'm
he
saying.
slammed his head into somebody. It wasn't like the person that he slammed his head into was even trying to tackle him or prevent him. Like, so I don't know how weight plays a factor. I'm just saying, like, to me, he's one concussion away from being forced to not play. And that's just my opinion because even if he went 19 games without him, the last time I seen him, it looked like he was having a seizure on the field.
Facts.
Um, and I don't think that's good for his long term health. And I'm just of the opinion, I get you love the game, but at sometimes you just gotta sit down and think about what's gonna be your life afterwards. Like, what type of quality of life are you gonna have for yourself and for your family? And eventually, that's a question he's gonna have to answer for himself. But I anticipated him playing. I don't know if he's gonna play immediately, but yeah, I expected this to happen.
Yeah, I think everything I've read, I think they're slating him to start next week.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, and like I said,
What about CMC? What y'all feel about CMC coming back?
is there news of him coming back?
Yes, he's slated to start practicing over the bye.
Okay.
I expected that as well. I expected that we will see CMC at some point this season. I didn't know when, but I expected that to happen just because I feel like they were allowing him to rehab himself.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Sir, how you feel, sir, about CMC? I mean, I know it's still like a couple
I
weeks, right?
mean,
Don't y'all go on the bye after this week?
no, we play Dallas, then we going to buy.
Okay, so he still got what, basically 4 weeks before he come back, basically.
I guess I'm not worried about the running back position. So, but having talent is never a bad thing. He's
But
clearly
CMC
better
is
than
definitely more than a running back, though.
yeah. But I don't CMC isn't, in my opinion, what's wrong or what has been wrong. It's more so my defense. I feel like Drake Greenlaw. has been a bigger um miss than CMC. Um, Fred is, you know, he's doing a lot, man, because them guys that they brought in, Campbell and Flanagan, they some ass, man. And then the young guys, it's like, I keep seeing the fan base asking for Winters and Bill, and I'm like, bro, it's like they gotta show it in practice. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta show that they have the capability. They have to show that they understand what's going on. I get it. They're faster than Campbell. I understand that they're more athletic than him. Okay, but if they don't know what's going on, what's the point of them being on the field? Because they're not T.J. Watt. That we're not lining them up, on the edge and rushing. You know what I'm saying? We barely send linebackers. You know what I'm saying? We usually only have two on the field. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and the few plays that they did make, they were rushing the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's not going to be their primary jobs. Like they still got to drop back in coverage. They still got to cover tight ends. They still got to cover running backs coming out of the backfield. And we've had a few mishaps in the secondary too, especially with Huff being in and out, and then we lost Gibson in the off season. I mean, yeah. So it's again, I'm not trying to minimize CMC, but it's just it's other shit that I feel like is more important. But when he come back, yeah, let's get it.
I mean, to me though, like I don't think they miss CMC from 20 to 20. I think they miss him in the red zone more than anything else. Like I think you putting CMC in the red zone, like it just makes their like their offense more dangerous.
It,
But
it puts a defense on their heels because you can
yeah,
kind of still do everything in the red zone with
I mean,
CMC.
yeah, yeah, but I do agree with Certified is saying though. Like I think they definitely miss Greenlaw more than anything else because I just think like he's an above average linebacker, man. He's a really good linebacker. So I just think once he's able to come back and he's able to get up to like full speed. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be, he's coming off like with a like it was an ACL or Achilles. I forgot which one.
Achilles.
Achilles. So I don't know if he's gonna be like full throttle, like like 100% how he played last year. I think that might take another year for him to get to that point, but it's still gonna be. The thing about it, like when he comes back, like that defense is going to be. I mean, like like it's going to be better. So yeah.
Oh, you were talking about Greenlaw.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
that's sort of. I think once Greenlaw comes back, like I think the defense is going to get better. Now like I said, I don't think Greenlaw's going to be 100% back to what he was. I think it's going to take another year for him to get to that point. But I mean, he's still a I mean, like he's still a piece that they're going to need to actually make a run at the Super Bowl again. So.
Yeah. All right. So before we get into the NFL slate, the last segment, give out the game balls. Certified had already started giving out his, so I'm gonna let him continue. He had already pointed out, Fred Warner. So if you want to continue while you gave him his game ball this week, player of the week, we'll go around the table.
No, man, y'all cut out for like 10 seconds.
I said you had already started kind of explaining what Fred Warner was doing, and you gave him your player of the week. So if you wanted to continue, and then we'll just go around the table.
Oh yeah. Fred Warner right now, I got him on my motherfucking MVP ballot. Motherfuckers talking about defensive player of the year. Niggas need to look at what Fred doing, man. And I usually I get upset because they always try to compare motherfuckers to him and they go by stats. And I was like, well, you can't really quantify what Fred does by stats. You understand what I'm saying? It's like shutting down slot receivers and running backs out of the backfield and tight ends that don't show up on the stat sheet. Squeezing windows, dropping back in coverage, that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. But he got six forced turnovers right now. Um, two picks and four forced fumbles. Three of them was recovered by us. I ain't gonna lie and say we got all four of them. He got like five pass deflections. Like even his I mean, well, like I say, he has to do more. He's had to play in the box a little more because Greenlaw is in there, so his tackles are up. It's still not up there with the the Roquans and the what's the old nigga in Washington, Bobby Wagner and shit like
Wagner.
that. But it's like Fred is a one of one, man. Like we've never seen a linebacker, a middle linebacker like Fred Warner. He has no comp. Like his comp would have to be a safety like Ed Reed or Troy or some shit.
Pop, you took Brian Branch for your player of the week.
Yeah, Brian Branch to me has taken that next step at his position. In the Cowboys game, I believe he had seven tackles. He had seven tackles, two defenses, two interceptions, total return yards for 47 yards, and a forced fumble. Like he had a great game. Um, he was a part of a humming defensive unit that the Lions had. But to me, I just want to highlight him because I liked him last year, and already in 4 or 5 games, he's eclipsed the season numbers. He's close to eclipsing the season numbers he had all year last year. And I think the production that he has, he's going to be a solid piece for the run I think the Lions are trying to make in the playoffs this year. And his growth has been phenomenal. And that game against the Cowboys, to me, highlighted the production that I believe he will have and can have for the rest of the year.
J-Mitt?
Yeah, man, I'm giving my game ball to Chris Godwin last week, man. Unfortunately, some of my fantasy leagues, he did me in two of my fantasy leagues last week, man. The dude had a crazy game. He had 11 receptions for 125 and 2 touchdowns on 13 targets. I mean, the dude was ridiculous. I kind of expected it though, man, because like whenever the Bucks play the Saints, Mike Evans just doesn't have good games. To be honest, I mean, Mike Evans went 2 for 34. I'm surprised Mike Evans even caught 2 passes, to be honest. I mean, most of the time he catches 1 pass and that's it. But I mean, like Chris Godwin did the heavy lifting for them. I mean, like he was very impactful in the game. I mean, he's been good for the most part throughout the
Always.
season. So what I mean, like he had a phenomenal game, and I mean, like he put an impact on them scoring 50 points. And I mean, like he was just fantastic, man. I mean, like he's really good in the slot, man. Like he's one of the better dudes that can play in the slot. So I mean, like I try to look at players on other teams. And there were a couple of guys I could have picked from, but I just think like his game. I mean to be that efficient to only not to catch only 2 of your targets is pretty impressive. So yeah, so I mean like he's getting my game ball of the week.
I went with Caleb Williams. Caleb, man, to me had a phenomenal game against the Jags. He went like 23 or 39 for 226, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. I think he had close to like 60 yards rushing. He really came in the clutch in that game. I really felt like the last 2 games he's kind of stepping into his shoes, getting more comfortable. He seems more confident in his throws. He doesn't seem so eager to get outside the pocket. He's letting things develop. The offensive line to me also looks a little bit better. Looks like, obviously with Swift coming alive, and it obviously takes a little pressure off of Caleb Williams to make so many plays. So I gave mine to Caleb Williams, man. I hope he can continue the success, continue to build, stacking game after game. So this is something new we doing, man. We just going to give out some game balls, highlight some of these players that's playing some phenomenal football week to week. Obviously, we love football, so we watching. So y'all stay tuned in, man. Maybe next week is a player on your team. You know what I'm saying? So Obviously, I don't want to make my sister relive this, but Pop, God damn it, Thursday night football. Go ahead.
Listen, relive what? Me potentially getting the top 10 pick, bro. Listen, I don't know if I said it on the pod last week, but I know I've been saying it in spaces that this team is not playing with heart. They're not. They're not playing, specifically the defense. You're not playing with heart. You're not playing with effort. And to me, that's a sign that you're not playing for the coach. And I think what's becoming more apparent is what I witnessed in the team last year was clearly having locker room issues. Clearly, the team is starting to quit. And specifically, the final game of the season, you don't listen to the coach when he tells you to take a knee when we're blowing out a division rival, and instead y'all run it for the touchdown. And this is a coach that's been retained. So yeah.
I thought it was like kind of like, I don't know, like just listening to people just saying like, Sean Payton wasn't gonna come to New Orleans and be successful. He wasn't gonna come in there and get a win. And then for it to be like that, it seemed like, I don't know. I really thought, honest to God truth, I thought we was gonna wake up Monday to the big news. Dennis Allen had been
fired.
Eradicated.
No, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Let me tell you why. One, we rarely do in season firings. Rarely. So I think Dennis Allen is going to be retained for the year. I do believe I said in the offseason on the podcast that I believe they gave him a mulligan by allowing him to bring in the offensive staff that he wanted to bring, which was Clint Kubiak and the other position coaches, because he cleaned house of all of our offensive staff and brought in new pieces this previous offseason. So I said this is a mulligan year for Dennis Allen. They want to see what they're going to do. But I also think it's a lot of pride and ego at play on why certain things are allowed to happen, specifically from my GM. He wants to prove that he can build a winner, because if you look at the history of Sean Payton with his team, you don't really hear Mickey Loomis's name in there. Sean Payton gets most of the credit for the success that the Saints have had over the decade plus tenure that he was with us. So yeah, listen, any team that's on my schedule, I'm telling you this now, my cornerback 2 just went out for the year. He broke his femur. He's gone. I don't know who's going to replace him at that position. If your run game is having issues, I don't believe that my defense is going to get it together. So listen, they're going to have a resurgence against it. I just don't believe in my defense anymore. I don't. And offensively, I don't know. There's a lot of problems. There's a lot of injuries at that position. We just lost Shaheed for the year. Olave had a concussion, so he was out. He might clear concussion protocol. So he might be available when we play the Chargers next week. I'll see what's going on with that. There was a couple of other injuries that happened in the game I need to see. But yeah, what happened in this game is exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Pop, I got a question for you. Would you prefer selling? Like at this moment?
What?
Like selling, like, maybe some of your pieces that got some type of value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Older pieces. I would say older pieces. I ain't saying like Rashid Shaheed or Chris.
Here's the thing with the older pieces, they're not going to get sold because there's 4 players I believe are going to retire on my team. Ram, Cam, DeMario, and potentially Tyron. Those are the players that might retire. DeMario already said he wanted to end his career in New Orleans. So if this is his last year, he's retiring as a Saint. Cam, I anticipate he's potentially retiring. And like I said, if Tyron decides he wants to stay or he wants to go, I don't know, but he may potentially retire as well. And Ramczyk is our right tackle who hasn't played this entire year. I anticipated him not playing this entire year. I anticipated his retirement announcement. and I think that's something we're gonna get in the offseason. There's other pieces we don't need to actually trade away because they're gonna be free agents. Like Alvin Kamara is a piece that I think is gonna be moved. That's gonna move on. He's not under contract after this season.
Would you trade him if you got a good offer?
I mean, like there's tweets going out there saying that he might be up to be traded. Like I've seen a couple tweets.
Like it's possible. There's been trade rumors about him for the last year and a half. So if he gets traded, I won't be surprised. I've kind of assumed that certain pieces were going to be leaving. Lattimore is a piece that I think is going to possibly be moved as well. So yeah, I think it's going to be some dark times, and I'm okay with it.
Well, I mean,
I seen a report earlier, like what it was, 6 teams that's interested or something like that, Mick?
Yeah, I think it's like 16. But I mean, the thing for me about Kamara is like you all drafted what's his name? Condre Miller or whatever his name is. So he's sitting. I mean, he's a good back. He's not.
No, he's not.
I mean, to me, he is. I mean, he just hasn't gotten the snaps to prove that.
No, that's not what the issue is with him, Jay. It's he can't stay healthy. Yeah,
true. I mean, he definitely hasn't stayed healthy. Oh shit. And Miami is losing. Okay. 7-3. But yeah, so it's like I mean, he hasn't played a lot. I mean, maybe he just needs to transition to the NFL game, but he just
soft tissue injuries, hamstrings, it's soft tissue stuff.
Yeah, and so the 6 teams that was I mean, I'm not gonna confirm this tweet or not because like the guy don't really got any followers, but I mean he's saying that the Cowboys, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Broncos, Chargers, and the Bengals are all interested.
What's the name of the person?
It's Nick D'Angelo. I don't think he's that. I mean, I think he works for. I think he does stuff for fantasy football and DFS and stuff like that. So I mean, that's not a person I know that's connected to any person in the front office or the team. So I mean, like that's why I said I'm not gonna say it's valid. I mean, that's just the rumor.
It's 3 of those teams I can say are viable. The other 2 I just don't understand.
I mean, I don't see the Bills traded for him either because I don't think
that's what I'm saying. I don't think the Bills. I don't really see like the Bills or the Broncos.
I mean the Broncos.
I mean Bills and Chargers. My bad. Bills and Chargers. Bills and Chargers. I think Cowboys. I think Broncos, Bengals, and Chiefs could be viable people that if they actually do put them on the market that could reach out. I'm not saying they have, but those are teams I think.
The Bengals. I don't know because I think they're
struggling at running back a little bit though.
Yeah, but I think they got other leads though. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they like running back is gonna be a high priority for him.
The only thing I'm saying is like ain't it a rental? Like he not under contract next year, so you
that's what I'm saying. So like
9 to 10 games.
My thing is like for a team like the Bengals, I think they'll wait for him to become a free agent.
I mean, the only benefit you have is if you trade for him, then what you can do is like you can franchise him so he can't leave. That's the
but with the Bengals, they got Higgins under the tag. I don't know what tag they will be able to give Kamara if he goes there.
He's not gonna do that next year. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think if the Bengals acquire Kamara, it's gonna be after the season. I don't think that's a move they're gonna do in game. I think a team that you did mention, like the Broncos, if they make a play, that's possible. Because I think they need that. I think they need a running back like that for them.
I mean, I would say the Cowboys, but I can't see the Saints trading with the Cowboys, though. I don't see that.
Yeah. If anything, I'm being honest.
I mean, but the Cowboys to me that'd be a crazy move.
If anything,
they got Dalvin on fucking the practice squad right now.
Who?
Dalvin
Cook.
Yeah, but I mean, he's washed, man. That's just not. He's just not. He's not gonna do nothing for you. But I mean, I can see the Cowboys because they are in need of another running back. Like, and I mean, like Kamara will kind of fit what they want to do. But
I mean, he'll be the best back on the team.
Yeah, but like I said, like I just don't see like the animosity between the Saints and the Cowboys.
The Saints aren't going to trade. To me, they're not going to trade Kamara in conference. I mean, if anything, he's going out.
And especially to the Cowboys, though. I don't.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
But, yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to say, man, them niggas embarrassed me Thursday. And they wasn't even my team. I'm so fucking disappointed. The way that I spoke with the praise that I gave the Saints and what they did Thursday, them niggas embarrassed me, dog. That shit was awful, yo. Like I expected, man. I am so disappointed in that defense. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Bro, they
Hey, when
Like,
I
playing
seen
real
when I
hard.
seen Bo Nix with that overthrow, I was like, "Oh, this finna be one
bro,
of them games," and then it just hit.
yeah. And then this nigga start cooking, and I'm like, what's going on? What the fuck is this? And yeah, man. I don't know what to say about the Saints, man. This 5 in a row. Like I'm just I didn't even realize that
hmm
the week 1 and 2 was so fucking impressive. I didn't
Hey,
even realize these motherfuckers won
hey,
lost five
certified,
straight.
certified.
hmm
Hey,
And,
pop. Look, if you need to have one-on-one conversations about how this feels, you got your boy right here. I witnessed it last year.
Uh
The shit. Listen, Dennis Allen has lost that locker room. Those players are bought the fuck out, and they want the fuck out. They want him out. Um,
uh,
I
I'm gonna
don't
be
know if
honest
they
with
gave up
you,
on Clint.
Smitty.
I don't know if they gave
Listen,
up on Clint. I think they gave up on Dennis though.
I, Clint hasn't.
He hasn't,
I
but
don't
he
want to
hasn't
get
been there long enough to be like you fucking us
nah,
over.
but for
Like,
me, it's not. It's not that. It's just like Clint seems to have an issue with making an in-game adjustments. It's like once his script is over, he don't know what to do after that. That has been my issue with him
but he's still a
this whole
relatively
season.
young coach, though, isn't he? He's not that old.
Yeah, so I'm not really giving him too much, heat because he is new and offensively he's dealing with a lot of losses. Like the offense he thought he was gonna have, he hasn't had. So I'm giving him grace when it comes to that, but bro, I don't know what's gonna happen for the rest of the year. I'm locked and loaded for a potentially top 10, top 5 pick. And yeah, I'm just hoping for individual player success. That's where I'm at right now. Like, I was never hyped after the first 2 games. I always said pump the brakes. I need to see what's gonna happen with this next 4 game stretch we had. And I saw what happened. And so that gave me the answer of what this team really was.
I
Yeah,
got a
so
question. Oh, go ahead, man.
yeah, so just I kind of like I thought that Denver was going to win the game. I didn't think it was going to be like this. The only thing I took out of this game is that I thought that Javonte Williams played really, really well. Bo Nix, I wasn't impressed. I mean, I didn't. My opinion of Bo Nix didn't change from this game. He was still missing open wide receivers, so I didn't. That didn't affect me, and I knew for Spencer going to the game, he was going to be put in a torture chamber, man. Because I mean, Denver has a top 5 defense in the league. They have the most sacks in the league. And he's gonna be. He was playing his second game, so I just knew that this was going to be a bad game for him. I didn't expect it to be this bad, but yeah, I mean, like he just, I mean, like he made like a lot of rookie mistakes, and that's kind of what I expected. So, I mean, but I didn't expect, I mean, for the Broncos to put up over 30 points. Like that wasn't on my bingo card though.
go ahead, sir.
So my is this motherfucker really a mad genius or whatever? Are we wrong about Sean Payton?
Mm, yes and
Okay,
no.
so this is why I say that, right?
I kind of
All
see
right,
why you said, but
week 1, he takes his team to Seattle and they compete. Then week 2, they hold Pittsburgh at 13 points. They lost by 7, but they held Pittsburgh at 13 points. All right. Then they go to Tampa and punch on them. We had Tampa winning the division, right?
Yeah,
mhm.
Can we agree? Okay.
hmm
All right. Then they turn around second game on the road, hold the Jets to 3 field goals. Then they beat down the Raiders at home as they should. That's what you're supposed to do to bad teams.
Mhm.
And then last week, what 7 points to the Chargers. Now I didn't like that loss. That was at home. But then this week, I've been every space I was saying, bro, you don't just go into New Orleans and win. Like that dome is different. I've been there as a fan. That's a real intense environment. Like you don't just walk into New Orleans and win a game. And they did.
Uh, two things. One, I think Sean Payton knows what to do offensively because Bo Nix isn't the greatest if of the rookie quarterbacks. He's not the best of them, but what Sean is able to do with him is a recipe for success for that offense. Two, I also think that defense is playing a lot better than anticipated. I don't think anybody expected that the Broncos defense to be playing
I
at the
I
standard that
expected
they,
them to be good, but
but
not
not
like
like this.
this. No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no,
what I'm
no, no.
saying. Not like
No,
this.
no, no.
And the way that the Denver defense has been playing, I think that's been the shock for me. Because I
See,
always like Sean Payton knows how to win with whatever quarterback he got.
so I had them like maybe 13, 12. I was like, if they do crack the top 10, it'd probably be 10 or 9. I ain't had these motherfuckers top 5. No, not at all. And them, listen, man. Who was that coordinator?
For what defense?
Yeah,
It's Vance Joseph.
yeah, man. Them motherfuckers, they out there, boy. They playing like they fucking hell on fire, man.
And
Like
it's
like them Broncos, they bring their pads, boy. You better bring your pads.
Mm-hmm.
well, I mean, the funny thing was, a lot of us was calling. I'm not saying us individually, but a lot of people was calling for it because he was a DC last year, and a lot of people was calling for his job. I mean, like after they gave it 70 to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's definitely turned that defense around, and I mean, like the way they performed, and they did that without their top corner. I mean, like the PS2 didn't play on Thursday, so you got to get a coach a lot of credit for that.
Hey, y'all still there?
Hey, Smitty, I think you're on mute, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn. Yeah, we had Denver at 18 on our previous power rankings. It obviously improved from that ranking. So, we got to move on to the next game here. Mick, you back on the clock. Patriots versus Jags. Jags favored by 6, over under 42.5. Welcome to London.
Well, I mean, the good news is I ain't got to wait all day for this game, man. I mean, we lost by 20 to the Texans last week, but I mean, for the most part, I was impressed by, like Drake's first game. I thought he could make some splash plays, and I knew he was gonna make some mistakes as well. So I mean, he did okay. I mean, like there's a couple plays that I think that he wish he could have got back. I mean, like the first pick, he overthrew the wide receiver like way over his head and got picked off by, I think it was like Lassiter, so he picked that off. The second one, I can't really blame on him. I mean, like Will Anderson, like took the ball up in the air, so I mean, like he, like the play was a good play. But beginning of this game, I mean, I expect the Patriots to win this game. Even though we're dogs in this game, I mean, like the Jaguars are playing pretty terribly. They got the worst passing defense in the league. Drake May showed that he could throw the football last week. I mean, he's not exactly consistently throwing the ball on target, but I mean, he has the ability to actually make splash plays. And I mean, like contrary to what people thought, New England actually does have some wide receivers. I mean, I'm not saying we got like top 10 guys in the league, but we got guys that can get open and guys that can make plays. And you kind of seen that in the Texas game last week if you watched the game. I mean, guys like Demario Douglas and Kayshon Boutte. I mean, like Kayshon Boutte was a 6th round pick. I mean, like he came from LSU.
That clip from Demario that I sent you, man, that kind of like, I'm like, I gotta watch guy. I gotta watch him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a real confident dude, and not like he didn't go to a big school. Like I think he went to Liberty. So yeah, so it just I mean, go show you. Yeah, I mean the issue. I mean the issue with the Patriots is definitely the offensive line, but it was Jacoby. Like Jacoby's way too conservative. And when you don't have a good team like we have, you gotta take the shots that the defenses are giving you. He wasn't doing that. And just like I said, watching the Jaguars, watching them go against Caleb Williams, if that defense don't play no better, I mean, I think Drake is, I mean, Drake is capable of, doing the same sort of things. I mean, we don't have the same wide receiver talent as the Bears have. But I do feel like we have a better running back than the Bears do. I think the Bears O-line, our O-line is pretty bad, but I think the Bears O-line is starting to play better than ours. And I mean, obviously, like the Bears have a better defense, but I mean, like I said, I expect us to compete in this game, and I mean, I don't see why we can't win. As far as the over/under goes, it's kind of hard for me to call. Like, I think it could go under, but it could easily go over because, like I said, the Jaguars have the worst pass defense in the league. And the Patriots defense is quite injured right now, so I could see a world where this game could go over as well.
I kind of I'm taking the Patriots in this game. I'm kind of like y'all with the other teams. Like until the Jags show me they can play any type of competent football, I can't go out on a limb and say anything about them winning games. Like if I feel that way about my own team, if I wouldn't give y'all if I wouldn't give y'all advice on my team if we was looking like they look, I can't go against that. Patriots actually look like they're willing to fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to put my money on a team that's going to go out there and put effort in. They seem competent. To me, it's nothing going well right now for the Jags. I mean, all the way across the board, from position A to position Z, there's nobody playing like good football. And I mean, it could be coaching, it could be players, but I don't think that's something you change overnight. You know what I'm saying? You don't go from playing tremendous. You go from playing horrible to tremendous overnight. You know what I'm saying? So I got the Patriots winning this game. I think Drake May can build off what he did last week. He had a turnover, but I think him being able to get down and score some points and make some plays, take some chances that, like you said, Jacoby just wasn't willing to take because he was, trying to play as conservative as possible. I think y'all come away with the win, man. Give me the Patriots money line.
I agree with both of y'all. I don't know. It's just too many questions on both sides. Like I don't know how well New England's offense is gonna run or look or perform. And I don't know who the fuck gonna do anything in Jacksonville, on or off the field. But I will say that if I had to put my faith in anybody, I trust New England's defense. So same here. I'm gonna take the points though. Uh, I don't know. Is ETN playing?
I think he's
I don't
questionable.
believe so.
Yeah, he hasn't been ruled out yet. He's still got the questionable tag right now. So
Yeah. Well, if ETN doesn't play, I'll definitely take Trevor's attempts. But that's about it. Um, yeah, I'd say Patriots +6 and Trevor's attempts.
Okay. Huh?
Give me a quick second. Hold on.
oh, and the other thing I'll say while we waiting for Pop, I think Mondre didn't play in the game last week. Mondre made the trip to London, so there's a good chance that he's actually going to play in the game too.
All right, I'll say this. Drake May played a lot better in his first game than I thought. Like he really showed out, and I think that's what the Patriots needed from the quarterback position. He gave them that boost. I like Demario Douglas to be very productive in this game. I think he could have a really good game. The Jaguars, I don't know. They're too inconsistent for me. I don't know who's gonna show up. I don't know who's gonna be the playmaker. I believe BTJ was held in check against the Bears. I think the players on the offense that had the pass catchers was Kirk and Ingram. I think they're the ones that had the better game. The Bears were able to kind of take Brian Thomas out of it. I think Tank Bigsby, he's been the running back that's been kind of slotted as running back one for the Jags with ETN out. So if ETN doesn't play, I'll look at Bigsby either for fantasy purposes or looking at his line if you want to bet. Um, I'm gonna kind of lean the Patriots just because I think the defense is better, and I think that the production that the offense will be able to give you will be enough to win this game. I don't trust the Jaguars on either side of the ball. I don't know what type of Jaguar team we're gonna see, and just for that reason, I like the Patriots to win the game.
All right. So next game on the list is Titans versus Bills. Bills favored by 8.5, over under 40.5. The Titans is a bad team. The Bills should win. But I don't know, man. Are we sold on Will Levis? I mean, he been bad.
Oh, I'm sold that he's not any good. I'm sold on that.
Dude, bad, bro. Like people be like, man, he got this. I'm like, bro, that offense is not the worst offense to have as a second year quarterback. He playing, I mean, bad. Like I thought he would be decent, but he hasn't been. So I think the Bills are playing better football than them right now, even though the Bills haven't been. What they lost last week, right? Was that last week, week before?
Nah, they beat the Jets last week.
So the week before they lost.
I think the week before they were playing. Who were they playing the week before? It wasn't the Ravens, but it was the. I think they played the Texans. It was the Texans or the Ravens.
I know they had lost 2, and then they came back and won 1. So they won against the Jets. I think the Bills should route them. Give me Josh Allen anytime touchdown. I think he'll get a rushing one this week. Give me James Cook rushing yards. Give me Will Levis anytime interception.
Levis is still starting for the Titans?
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I think they're gonna keep playing them because like they gotta see. Because I mean, the way the Titans is headed, they're headed for a top 10 pick too. So they got to see if salvage him or they have to draft another quarterback.
Oh, they're gonna have to draft another quarterback. I don't think that's a question. You have Will Levis and Mason Rudolph as the backup. Yeah, you need another quarterback in that room. Yeah, this is a game the Bills should handily win. I don't think that the Titans should be able to compete. That defense, the back end of the defense, hasn't been performing at the level for the Titans that I thought they would. And so I believe that the Bills should be able to take advantage of that, specifically with Shakir. I also think James Cook, if he's back for this game, I think him and Ray Davis, they'll be able to eat. Because I just think that the Titans defensive line is just going to get worn down as the game goes. And so I like the production out of that. I don't know if Amari Cooper is going to play a factor in this game. I don't know if he'll even play, but if he does, that will be a boost for the offense, but I don't anticipate he will. But I do think this is a team. This is a game the Bills should dominate. The Titans are not a good team. And so this is a game that the Bills should handily win. It shouldn't be competitive, in my opinion.
I tend to agree. I mean, the only good thing that the Titans have is their defense.
Amari Cooper is expected to start.
Yeah, I
okay. Yeah, I didn't see that news. Sorry.
I mean, the bright side.
I had to look when you said it, I was like, "Dang, is he playing? Let me go look." I had to go to Bills. It was like it says Amari Cooper is expected to make his debut as the Bills' new starting receiver.
Yeah, and I mean James Cook is playing too, so I mean that's all that stuff been confirmed. To me, the Titans can lean on their defense. They got a top 5 defensive unit. I think they're in the top 5 in stopping the run too. So I don't know how much the Bills are going to be able to run the ball. They're going to have to be able to air it out. And even when you do that, the Titans have a good secondary. My issue with the Titans is it's been talked about is Will Levis. Like if you watch the game against the Dolphins, Will Levis, like the Dolphins were playing a zone, like the lineman dropped back and he threw the ball right between the 9 and the 0 to the lineman, the defensive lineman at that. He's played horribly. He's played so bad that the coach, you didn't see the coach yelling at the quarterback coming off the field. And so I think the coach is fed up with Will Levis, and he's a first time coach. He's a young guy. And he could just recognize that Will Levis is not it. I expect the Bills to roll. Like the Bills had a tough last 4 games. With the Ravens, the Texans, the Jets, and some other team. That they beat. So they had a pretty tough 3 or 4 game stretch. That stretch is over, and like the schedule is lighting up for them. So like I hate to take teams that have a touchdown or better spread, like because for some reason like they don't ever end up covering. But I'm gonna go with the Bills on this. Now the over under is another story. Like I'd probably stay away from it. It could definitely go over, but I'm just not sold. One way or the other. Player props. I think with James Cook coming back, I think James Cook gets in the end zone. I think they're going to make a concerted effort to get the ball to Coop. I would take Coop for at least 50 yards. Don't know if he's going to score a touchdown or not. Like I'm not going to commit to that. And then on the Titans side, the only person I can trust is Pollard on that offense. I think the Bills' run defense is not really that good. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Bills are giving up about 140 yards on the ground right now. So I don't trust Will Levis, but I do trust him to get the ball to Pollard, and I think Pollard can definitely get about maybe like 60 rushing yards and maybe like 25 passing yards.
Hey, I forgot how interesting it was to watch triple option football.
It's interesting if you only watching it for one game. If you're gonna watch,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Just seeing like a couple plays. Like I turned to the Army game, and I was like, let me see what this triple option look like. And the quarterback they got, pretty decent. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, but if you gotta watch that shit for a whole season, trust me, it's not that fun to watch for a whole season.
I'm glad I was never like a Georgia Tech fan. Jesus Christ, that'd have been so aggravating.
But yeah, that's just the process like for this game. I'm not betting a bunch of props, but I bet a few.
Certified? You win already?
I don't think so.
Yeah. 5 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Damn, Will Levis. Jesus Christ, my brother.
Oh man. Let me see. The Bills should handle them. Titans are struggling. The defense is good, but they can only do but so much. The offense has to score some points, and they can't. They suck on offense. Nothing's good about the offense. The quarterback is ass. The run game is ass. I like the Bills to cover. They probably won't. Uh, I don't know. I don't really bet on the Bills because I've never won, but I would take Josh out all of his props, rushing attempts, rushing yards. I wouldn't do anything more than 1.5. If it's 2.5 on touchdowns, I stay away from it. 2. James Cook come back. I'd definitely take his attempts. I don't know about the pass and shit. I don't know. I think they're gonna try to incorporate what was the Coop into the game plan or whatever. But I like I will look at Buffalo Bills rushing props for the quarterback and James Cook.
My bad, y'all. I had to go grab my chair, man. I had to switch my chair out, man. I needed a better chair. All right. So the next game we got on the list is Texans versus Packers. Packers favored by 2.5. Over under is 48.5. I'm surprised that the Packers are favored in this game, to be honest. But I think I like the Texans in this game, man. You know what I'm saying? I know the Packers are, favored, but I like the Texans. I think when it comes down to it, I feel like Certified says it best. Like they can't get the running game, and Texas has been pretty much good in the run game area this season. So I like the Texans to. I don't even know. Should I take the 3? No, I'm gonna take Texans money line. I think that's the better way. Then they're gonna beat them. Do the Texans got a lot of injuries this week? I didn't see their whole injury report. I know they was getting some guys back.
I think it's Nico is hurt. I mean, he's also on IR, so he's not playing. I think they're still missing the dudes in the secondary when we played them last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Jimmy Ward out.
Yeah, on the defensive side,
Lassiter out, and Aziz out here though.
Oh, that he out too?
Yeah.
I mean, Robert Woods is out. The other running back, British Brooks, is out. Then Henry Toe, I guess how you say his name.
Aziz is out.
Yeah, Aziz is out.
Ooh. Oof.
I mean, like half their secondary is out.
Yeah. The back, like the linebacker in the secondary, linebacker room in the secondary is really banged up right now for the Texans.
Yeah, I just don't like that. I mean, that's a lot of injuries, and you gotta go against going against the Patriots with them injuries is one thing because we're still like a bottom dweller team. But you got to go against, Love in that offense. I mean, like that offense got a lot of weapons, man. I mean, so and I think for the most part, like the Packers got all their guys for the most part. So, like I don't know, like I think the reason why the Packers are favorites is because they're at home. Because I mean, most time when you're at home, I mean, you get 2.5. So I mean, if this was a neutral site game, it probably would be just an even game.
It looked like Dontavian Wicks is questionable. Devontae Wyatt is out. Kobe Wooden is questionable. Luke Musgrave out.
Yeah, I mean, like the Texans, like I like them as a team when they're healthy, but I think with all them injuries, you got to go up to Green Bay and play them. And Green Bay offensively, for the most part, is healthy. Like, give me Green Bay minus the 2.5. I do think this game goes over though, man. Like these are two high-powered offenses, and I think they're gonna be able to put up a good amount of points. So I mean, but I do think this has the potential to be the game of the week. There are a few other games on the slate that are going to be really good, but I mean, this could definitely be one of the top 5 games of the week. Prop wise, give me Reed to get in the end zone. Give me and what's homeboy's name from the Texas DME running back? Mixon.
Oh yeah, he had a day last week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. Unfortunately, yeah, he did. Mixing in the end zone, and also like Tank Dell, because I think when Nico is not there, I think all the coverage gets rolled to Stephon Diggs, and I think it's going to allow Tank Dell to tell me have like a really good game. So,
yeah, I think this game is going to have big impact for the Packers. Specifically, just stacking wins to compete for that division, because I think that division is a lot tougher than I thought going into the year. I do think it's going to go over. Both teams can possibly score 20 plus points, even 30 points. So I think it'll hit the over. I'm going to lean towards the Packers as well, just because I think they're healthier offensively going into this game. And I think relatively defensively, they're also healthy as well. So I'll just give them the edge for that. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans are able to pull this out. I just think having Mixon back, who fits that run scheme that they have, I think he's dynamic for them. Tank Dell had a nice game last week, so I think he will be able to replicate that. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Texans pull it out, but I'm just gonna lean towards the Packers for right now.
Hey, real unrelated, man. Did y'all see that throw in Louisville? The motherfucker looked like Marvin Harrison on that slant.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even watching that game. I forgot they was on. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good game. I mean, it's 17-7 right now, but I think I'm Louisville about to score though. So
Sir.
Oh, I already spoke on it.
Oh, okay.
Didn't
I thought you.
Texas
I? I thought I
Packers?
did.
I mean, maybe I'm mistaken.
I thought he was the
Oh
last
no, I
person on
didn't.
the
I
bill.
didn't. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know the Texans defense was that banged up. I
Me
do
either,
like
bro. So I kind of took the Texans on the blind, but I ain't gonna back up. I'm gonna take it. It was meant to
um
take.
I think they're gonna score a few points. Um but it all comes down. Oh, Louisville just got in. It all comes down to how you can affect the run game. If you can force them out the run and force the ball in Jordan Love's hands, I don't give a fuck if you look at the numbers. I don't give a fuck if you look at the film. He turns the ball over. Period. He does. If you can force Green Bay out of the run, Jordan Love is going to get that shit up. So we'll see. I know that's going to be a point of emphasis, especially with D'Amico. Um, but I think they're going to score some points. Josh Jacobs is probably going to hit all his props of rushing and receiving. And Shroud, man, getting uh goddamn Joe Mixon back helped him out a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think Mixon will probably have him a game. I don't know about his rushing stats, but I'll definitely he's probably going to get about 4 or 5 passes out the backfield. Um, somewhere around 18 to 22 yards total. I wouldn't go more than 25. That's a lot. Uh, Probably 22 would probably be my cap with him. Um, I think it's going to be a good game. I definitely going to take that over for sure.
All right. So next game on the list: Eagles versus Giants. Eagles favored by 3. Over under 42.5. Saquon gonna go stupid. Return to MetLife. We probably gonna force feed him. We did it. We did it when AJ Brown went to Tennessee. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna have over 25 carries. However many yards that give him, he probably gonna.
You promise? Because I expected him to go dumb against the Browns, and
He had 18 carries, but I mean, they was kind of selling. They was selling. Come on, they was like, look, Jalen Hurts got to beat us, even though he did. But they was
Man,
like, Jalen Hurts got to beat us.
I don't know, man. Like I think the Giants might sell out to stop him at all costs, man. To be
You think so?
to be honest with you,
yeah, they go. Yeah, I feel like they ain't gonna let Saquon go crazy.
Yeah, but their run defense hasn't been the staple of their defense right now either, though.
Well, I mean, the staple of their defense is getting sacks. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what
Mm-hmm.
They're
I mean.
more of a pass rush defensive line than a run stop defensive line. I think we can get Saquon on the edge more this week than we did last week. I think he gonna.
And I'm not saying Saquon ain't gonna score touchdowns. I just don't think he's gonna get a whole bunch. I don't think he's gonna get over 100 yards, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, I mean,
I see him getting 26 plus carries this week.
Oh yeah, I mean, he could probably definitely get that. And I think he's gonna score a touchdown or two. I just don't think his yard total gonna be that crazy because, like I said, like I think they're gonna gear up to stop him, man. Like they didn't.
I think he'll have 100, maybe like 105 or something like that. Something low,
I
something
think
lower than 100.
I think it'll be like yeah, like something like that stat line. But I don't think he's gonna do anything like in that Packers game where he just went dumb.
Yeah, he's gonna have like 26 carries, 105 yards rushing, something like that.
But as far as the game goes, I do like the Eagles minus the 3. The over under is tough, man, because I don't know if the Giants gonna be able to score enough points, man. Like I I don't necessarily trust Daniel Jones all the way. Neighbors is coming back, so that's going to boost up the offense a good amount. I think Devin Singletary's coming back too. I honestly like the kid Tracy better than I do like a Singletary anyways, but I mean like I mean Devin probably gonna get most of the carries. Um Player props, like I just said, like Saquon, like I expect Saquon to at least get in the end zone one time. He might get in the end zone twice. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Um, AJ's yards, like I mean, like AJ, I just think like I don't think the Giants have a corner that can be that's going to be able to deal with him. His size or whatever. Pause. Um, what are the props? Yeah, I mean neighbors. I mean, like give me neighbors for his reception and his yards too. Like because I mean he's been off for 2 weeks. He's come back from that concussion and I mean, like throughout the games he's played, he's been uncoverable. And I don't think that's going to change in this game either. So
I hope they give my rookie just a few opportunities to line up with him. I think my rookie can. But if they stick him on Slay, yeah.
yeah, but I don't think Quignon's going to follow him all over the field.
No. I ain't saying that. I just say I just want a few opportunities, just so I can see where he at. You know what I'm saying? Somebody. I mean, I've seen him against a few of the good guys, and he's been playing well.
Man, I mean, South Carolina is killing OU right now, boy. God damn.
I just want a chance, you know me. I just want a chance.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? If I can get a little line up. Go ahead, Papa, certified, whichever one, y'all.
I'm confused by this line. Uh, it should be like 11 or 10 or something. Like the Giants' offense is pretty shitty, and I don't think Neighbors is playing. Um, Eagles coming off a bye with Saquon. Like I don't know, man. This shit seems suspect. Yo, three? I don't understand that. But yeah, I'll definitely take AJ gonna get his numbers, man. Just book that shit. Saquon is definitely gonna get his touches. I don't know how productive he's gonna be, but he's definitely gonna get his rushing attempts. Um, that's about it.
His
That's
line is
about
only
it.
80 yards. I'm taking that.
Yeah. I don't
I'm
know,
taking
man.
I'm taking the 80.
I It, I don't know, man. They might sell the whole game just to stop Saquon.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, y'all, listen. I'm telling you, we finna do some different shit. Cause I seen some stuff we was trying to do against the Browns at the end. I think we gonna bring out against the Giants. We was running a little old school speed option last week. We didn't pitch it to Saquon. I think this week it get pitched. If they selling out, I think it get pitched to the outside. He goes. Now, if you keep trying to go at the middle, then y'all gonna be right. I mean, if you just trying to bash the middle, you in trouble.
We'll see, because I think this Giants defense has been playing pretty well. I think if they had a better quarterback, they would have won a couple of these games that they lost, because that defense was kind of shutting shit down. And also had a kicker, because that Bengals game they were in that, but couldn't hit no field goals to kind of seal the game out. But I'll say this: I think the Eagles. I'll give the Eagles a slight advantage just because the offensive power that the Eagles have. This could potentially, this could potentially be a Smitty day. I think Smitty. I think he'll be able to get off. I think AJ Brown. He'll be able to get his target. Saquon. I don't know if they're gonna allow him to go too crazy on him. I don't. I think he might get like some production, but I think his better production might be in the passing game and not running the ball. I think they'll be able to use him like that. But yeah, no, I like the Eagles. I think this game. I don't know if this game could go over. I think this game might be under, but I'll probably just stay away from the lines. I'll probably just take the Eagles just straight up if I wanted to bet them. But yeah, I like certain props. Just specifically AJ Brown and Smitty. I would like their receptions at least. I probably wouldn't take yards, but I'll probably take receptions. And yeah, I like the Eagles.
Hey, big simple. I ain't gonna lie to you. The one thing I ain't worried about is D tackle. I ain't gonna lie to you. My D tackle's been solid. Back then, and
Hey
Digger.
man, listen, that boy Jalen Carter, man, like he been playing some good football. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot to say about him last season, and he out there moving motherfuckers around, man. Uh, hats off to him.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, he's not the best D tackle in this game. The best D tackle in this game is Lawrence. Is Dexter Lawrence. I mean,
Is
like
he even playing?
I think so. Because
I know he didn't practice. I know he didn't practice at all this week.
And I think on the season, doesn't he have like 7 sacks already on the season or something? It's something crazy like that.
That motherfucker is like, he is. I don't give a fuck how many people you put on him. Can't nobody move that man.
Yeah.
Nowhere. Like he's a grown ass man, dog. Like he moves
the one
you.
time I wish I had Jason Kelsey though.
Yeah. I'm just waiting to see somebody move him. You know, like he's like that motherfucker's a problem though. He's strong as shit, man. Like I know he getting tested like every week. I know he is.
I mean, he's got 7 sacks in 6 games, man. The shit.
Hey, Jamie, it's a weird stat. I think like Dexter Lawrence has like no sacks against Jason Kelsey.
Yeah, but I mean, Jason Kelsey's not there no more, man.
Hopefully, Cam Jurgens can pick up. You know what I mean?
I don't know about all that.
But Dexter Lawrence is questionable.
Oh yeah, but I mean, he probably gonna play though.
I know he didn't practice this week. I know he was a DNP all week.
Oh damn, all week. Okay.
Yeah, I've been watching it. I've been watching their little. You know, he didn't practice not one time this week. So, I mean, it is what it is. If he get on the field, only can do what you can at that point, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
You gotta have at least one limited practice to qualify. So if he didn't practice at all, he can't play.
But I'm surprised he only has a questionable tackle. Most of the time when you don't practice all week, they won't put the Q on you like that. They'll put the
doubtful, right?
Yeah. So I'm not sure.
Lions versus Vikings. Vikings favored by 1.5. Over under is 50.5. Jesus Christ. 1.5 is about where I thought this game would be at this point. But at the beginning of the season, I would have thought the Lions would have been favored by a whole bunch.
But I also think if Aiden don't get hurt, I think the line would have been higher than that.
Yeah, Aiden going down is I'm kind of surprised they haven't made a big move to kind of bring somebody in yet. I know they kind of was in conversation with the Jets for a little while there. I don't know where that went.
Yeah, but I don't think the Jets is trading Hassan Reddick to the NFC at all. Because if they do that, then it triggers y'all getting a 2nd round pick. I don't think they're doing that.
I mean, but even if they trade him and he goes and plays the remainder of the season, doesn't miss a snap, we still probably get that 2nd round pick.
Oh no! Y'all, if he gets traded to an NFC team,
it's automatic. It's automatic.
Yeah.
But if he goes to an AFC team and he accomplishes the stipulations, we still can get the 2nd.
Nah, he ain't gonna hit them numbers, dog.
No. It's just a snap percentage by the end of the season. I think it's like 56, 57%, something like that.
Yeah, but doesn't the game hasn't played like actually factor into that?
It cracks into it, yeah. So that's why I said he would have to come in and play the remainder of the season and not miss a snap.
Okay, like that, he not hitting them numbers.
He would have to come in and pretty much completely. What we in game 6, 7?
I mean,
this
week. So he would definitely have to play every game from next week on and play like predominantly most of their snaps.
You have to play 100% snaps,
Definitely
at least. Yeah, I was gonna say at least 85% of the snaps for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, I just don't. I
don't see a team bringing him in to do that, but I just don't. I don't see a team in the AFC that's really that I've heard really searching for him. But
yeah, I mean, bro, he been sitting for a while, man. I mean, it's like, you know, how long is it going to take for him to get up to speed? Cause going to the gym ain't practice.
No.
I
Even
mean,
going out there, even going out there with your personal trainer and
Yeah,
getting it
yeah.
in ain't
That,
football.
that's
Football.
not a week 7 NFL practice.
No.
and the other messed up thing is even if he stays on the Jets, I mean that's a new defense that he's never played in. So it's like it's even going to take him some. He wasn't at training camp enough for the Jets. So even if he stays on the Jets, it's going to take him some time to actually catch up to speed, even with the Jets. So I mean, I don't know.
For me, man, I need to see how Jared Goff is going to handle this heat, cause Buddy gonna bring, what is it, like 70% blitz rate or some shit?
Yeah,
Or was
he's
it
got.
80?
I mean, he's got the highest. I want to say blitz rate in the league. I want to say
Oh, it's definitely the
So
highest in the league.
Flores,
But I thought it was like, yeah, it was like 70, 80%, some shit like
it's
that.
it's probably
he
somewhere
coming.
around 8%.
Yeah, we already know Jared Goff under pressure.
But don't
And
even say
they can definitely put up some points. And I saw something else that the Lions secondary leads the league in pass interference flags this season. Um,
I think
going up
personally,
against,
Terry Arnold is number one in the league too. At that,
but it
the
sounds
rookie.
about right because the secondary is really young. So
yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I would expect.
I think
Um,
Terry on is leading the league if I'm not mistaken.
I like the Vikings, man. I take the points and the over. Um, and yeah, the Lions. I like Demo and Jameis Williamson. But I don't know about golf, man. I don't know about him.
I mean, when I look at this game, I actually like the lines in this game. I don't know how healthy Aaron Jones is going to be, and I saw how that offense changed when Aaron Jones went out that Jets game. And so I think at first I thought it was a hip, and now they're saying it was a hamstring injury. So, but they're saying he's going to play. So I don't know how much he's going to be able to. He's going to play in the game, but is he going to finish the game? And that's the question. Like I tend to ask for Aaron Jones all the time. Is it's great that you can be ready for the game, but are you going to last for the whole 4 quarters? And I just don't know. Um, yeah, I mean, like Certified said, the Vikings are going to blitz, man. Like that. That's just Flores' scheme is what he's going to do. I think the one difference though is the Lions have the best offensive line in the league. So I mean, if anybody can be able to deal with this blitzing scheme, it's going to be the Lions, and the Lions they're in the same division. So I mean, the Lions saw this like scheme last year as well. I mean twice, and I mean, granted, like the personnel this year is better than the personnel that the Vikings had on defense was last year. But even saying all that, like I still like the Lions in the game. I think they're going to have issues pressuring the Vikings quarterback because obviously like Aiden is their best pass rusher. So you got to kind of see what's going to go on with that. I think a lot of points are going to be scored in this game though. So I do like the over. The over is high for an NFL game. 50 is 50 and a half is high as hell. But I think it could be that kind of game. Viking wise, I like Sam Laporta to get in the end zone again. I mean, like Sam only caught one pass, but it was a 50-yard bomb last week on a trick play.
Man, these dudes just choke, man.
So you got that.
Who, Louisville?
Yeah,
Yeah, they fumbled in the end zone.
yeah.
I mean, fumbled their own end zone.
With a chance to go down and take the lead,
Yeah, so I mean, I also like Jameson. Like, so I mean, this is a part that you could take in FanDuel. I like Jameson Williams to catch a pass over 30 yards. Like that's I think that's definitely going to happen. I mean, there's no question about it to me. Touchdowns, like I said, like I think Sam Laporta gonna get in the end zone, and I also think that Gibbs didn't get in the end zone last week, so I think Gibbs gonna get in there this week. Viking side, give me Jettis to get in the end zone, man. Like Jettis is gonna get open. It's just like it's just how many catches and I mean how many yards that he's gonna get. Because I mean he's gonna be open. Um, and I also like Aaron Jones getting the end zone too. I mean, like even though I said before I don't know how healthy he is or if he's gonna be able to play in the whole game, I still do think that he's gonna get in the end zone though.
it's on Pop, ain't it? She went already.
Nah. I don't know who to choose in this game. I do think that the Vikings defensively might have the advantage with how the scheme that Flores likes to run. And I think if he's able to disrupt Goff's timing, that'll that'll give his defense an advantage to get turnovers or make plays to get off the field to give their offense more possessions. Is this the Lions' first division game?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah, I would
I'm gonna go look.
I would need to see how they perform, but I like how the team as a whole for the Lions has been playing. But I do think Aiden being out is a loss. So maybe they feel comfortable with guys that they have in that room that could potentially not necessarily fill that void,
No, this
but at
their
least
second one.
give their this is the second one? Okay,
Yeah, they
cool.
beat Green Bay 31-29 2 weeks ago.
Okay. I completely
Okay.
forgot about that game.
Me too. Yeah, but I think
Me three, because I had to go look.
yeah, like I think they might like the guys they have in that room that they can still have production on that D line for the Lions. But I do expect like a pretty explosive game. I will potentially lean towards the over as well. I don't know who's gonna win this game because I think these are these are two of the best teams right now in the NFC. And so yeah, I just hope it's a great game and the teams can walk away as injury free as possible.
Next game is Seahawks versus Falcons. Falcons -3, over under 51.5. Wow, this might be a good one too. I mean, this might be a low key good game. Hey, so look, funny
I
story
got
before
a
we get
lot
in
of
the game,
questions.
right? Hold on, before we get in the game. So my son, he's in ROTC for the high school, right? And today was their homecoming game. So he was like, "Oh yeah, we'll go support the team and do the traffic thing." The team got beat 21-2.
God damn.
Bro, I think they only won one game the whole season, bro. And my oldest son, he wanted to play. He was like, "I don't know if I want to play for them and get embarrassed like every week. I don't know if I want to go out there and do that." I mean, bro, they be getting embarrassed. Like, I think they got 100 points scored on them, like in a matter of like 3 quarters.
Damn, that's rough.
It wasn't 100. It wasn't exactly 100, but it was like 90 something, like 96 points in like 3 quarters.
Yeah, that's
I'll
rough.
say this about this game: the Seahawks, I believe they got injuries in their secondary, and they have some key position players that are going to be out for this game. And I think that bodes well for what the Falcons like to do. Like, I think they're one of the teams that their wide receivers have productive yards after catch. Drake London, Mooney, even Pitts might have a day. I also don't think the Seahawks run defense is that well, so I think we might see a healthy dose of Bijan. And Algier, he's been playing pretty well for the most part over the course of the season so far. So I think we'll see Bijan and Algier have some days. Um, the offense the Seahawks like to run, I saw that like near the latter part of that game against the 49ers. I don't know if the Falcons defense is going to allow them to get that type of offense going. So I think JSN is going to have a big day. I also think Lockett has to get more involved in the offense. I also think the tight ends have to get more in the offense because I think DK, he's going to probably be taken out the game. He might have a few catches, but I don't know how productive he's going to be, especially with against Terrell and whoever else they decide to bracket DK. And I think the Falcons' offense as a whole has just been humming, and the defense has been gelling. So I like them going into this game. The Seahawks to me just like I said, just I don't think the offense is really that good, and I think the defense is like has too many key injuries going against the type of offense the Falcons are trying to run.
Um, in this game, I actually like the Falcons in this game. Because Seattle's defense is pretty bad. They really can't stop the pass. They can't stop the run. I mean, you've seen that in the last couple games, and that could be due to injury as well. Um, but I mean, the Falcons right now, like I mean, like, 2 games ago, I mean, Kirk threw for 500, and then last week, Bijan ran for what 2 touchdowns, 100 yards, and I think Algier had a good game too. Kind of what Pop said. So I mean, the Falcons offense is pretty much telling you, like, I mean, we can give it to you any way you want it. I mean, if you want to
How do
stop,
you want it? How do
yeah,
you feel?
you want it, man. I mean, like, they can kind of give it to you that way. So I mean, like, whether they can throw it or run it, I mean, that's what they can give it to you. And I don't think that Seattle's capable of stopping that. In Seattle, I mean, Geno's been playing relatively well. I mean, I think he's leading the league in passing yards, I believe. So he's been playing pretty well, and I mean, like, Seattle will be able to score points. Like I said, I just don't think they're gonna be able to stop it. So I mean, give me the Falcons -3. I think there's another game that can go over as well. I mean, that got a lot of points scored in it. And I like Drake to get in the end zone, and I like Bijan to get in the end zone on the Falcons side for the Seahawks. I like DK to make a splash play and get into the end zone. And I'm trying to think of anybody else. I mean, give me JSN's yards. I think his yards probably up around 40. Like, I think he can hit that. And then on the Falcons side for wide receivers, give me Darnell Mooney, man. Like, Darnell Mooney is one of Kirk's favorite targets. So I think he's gonna get enough targets to get his yards as well.
Hey man, a good composure by that Virginia defense. Y'all see Clemson try to do that fake quick snap on 4th and 2?
No, I'm watching the
But
Miami game. Nah,
yeah, they ain't fall for the shit. Dabo mad as hell.
So they actually went for the fourth down.
Nah. They was in punt formation and then they switched to like a touch push
Oh, okay.
and they try to get them on like a hard count, but they didn't budge. They stood there and they about to punt now. They on the 30.
Yeah. I just put it up there. I don't even know what games I had. You know, the YouTube TV four-way. Sir, you said you had some questions
As
about these
far as
teams.
as far as the game, man, it's like I've seen Atlanta look good, and then I've seen them look Same thing with Seattle, man. Like it's like I don't know who either team is. I've seen them go out there like the Falcons play real good versus the Chiefs, and then I forgot who they played the next week. They laid an egg, and then it's like Seattle's they up and down. Um, the defense is not performing at the level that people expected, and then it's like uh, contrary to what people how I feel about Gino, man. Gino is no, granted his attempts is like I mean he like almost 50 attempts, 3 straight games or some shit like that, but he's still completing these passes. You know what I'm saying? He's still putting these yards up, and it's not a lot of garbage time yards, man. But it's not. I don't think it's working. Running the offense through Gino, he putting up numbers, but it's not necessarily translating into wins. Um, I don't know how many points the Falcons gonna score, man. I don't. So the over bothers me. I guess the Falcons got the 3 points because they're at home. It should be entertaining. I don't know if it's going to be good because to me, entertaining and good is two different things. Um, I the only prop that I like is Geno's attempts. That's it. Because I don't know if they're going to get a ball to Bijan. I don't know. And Kurt, he'll probably hit his attempts, but as far as like stats, man, I don't know. But I got the Falcons winning. I guess if I gotta pick somebody to win.
I didn't pick this game yet. Seattle versus the Falcons. I think I don't know, man. This a creepy little game. Like, I want to take Atlanta because I just believe Atlanta should win this game. But Seattle could. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle pulled this out. Seattle has the offensive pieces to win this game. Problem is exactly what Certified said. Like Gino, it's like, can Gino be Gino of a couple of weeks ago? Is he gonna be Gino from last week? Gino from the beginning? I mean, I don't know what quarterback I'm getting out of this game, so I'm gonna just go with Mr. Consistent, Kirk Cousins. At least I know he's gonna play the same game week in and week out. I ain't expecting 500. But he gonna at least put up the yards to keep his team in the game. And if they do use Bijan, I believe Bijan should have a big day. What's your favorite line, Certified?
Which one?
I don't want to watch this shit.
Oh.
Uh,
yeah, definitely. I
I think
definitely don't want to watch this shit. I don't even want to know who win. This game too. I thought you was still talking about Atlanta, but I don't want to watch this shit, man. Like the Bengals are ass, and the Browns, they like, I don't know what the fuck the Browns are doing, man. Um, I mean, he looks okay. Him and Chase, of course, they clicking. But the Bengals defense is some butt cheeks. The Browns are butt cheeks. I don't want to watch this shit. I don't even understand this line 5.5. What the fuck has the Bengals shown to say that they're gonna beat anybody by 5.5? I like the 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 over under though. Um, I don't know. I ain't fucking with it. I mean this shit could be 50. It could be 28. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't want to watch this shit though.
go ahead, Mick. You seem like you ready to.
Yeah, I mean, this is weird stat that I don't like Joe. I don't think Joe Burrow's ever won in Cleveland, to be honest. It's either he hasn't won or he's only won one of the matchups, like one time. So the line to me doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I know the Browns are in disarray. But I just seen the news that Chubb was officially activated off the pup. So I mean, he said he was playing all week, so he's definitely gonna be playing this game. So that gives their offense a boost. Um, I do like the Bengals in this game. Though. Like I think the Bengals are starting to turn it around. I think the defense is starting to play a little bit better. I'm not saying they world beaters or anything, but I'm not taking them minus the points though. Like give me just them on the money line. I just think the Browns got too much stuff going on. The defense not playing as well.
You was right. The stat.
Yeah, he's never won there.
And he's only beat them one time in his career. He's 1-5 against the Browns.
Yeah, so I don't like. I'm not gonna make my pick solely based off the history, but right now the Browns are just not. They're just not. They don't look good. Like I don't. There's no good with it. Like Deshaun is not playing winning football right now. Chubb is gonna give him a boost. They just traded away their best wide receiver, who kind of quit on them. So I don't even know how that's gonna go. The Bengals. I mean, Chase and T Higgins are starting to play really well. And I just don't see a way for Cleveland to win the game. I mean, honestly, like Chubb would have to have a day for them to win, and I mean, like Deshaun would have to actually play, average. Which I haven't seen it yet, so I just don't know. Prop wise, I definitely like T Higgins yards. I definitely like Chase's yards. I don't know what to expect from Chubb, so I'm not going to bet on him this week. I kind of got to see how he's going to bounce back from that like knee reconstruction. I'm definitely
if anything, I'm probably taking his under. Shit, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm definitely not betting on Judy. I tell you that I'm definitely not betting on him.
That offensive line is.
So yeah, I mean, like those are the only bets that I'd be willing to take. And also, I think Joe Burrow gets 2 touchdown passes, so I would take that as well.
I'm not betting on this game. I don't trust either team. I wouldn't bet the over, the under, the money line, the spread. I don't know. These are two teams. I don't know what they're doing. The Bengals defense is absolute dog shit. The offense, They kind of get in spurts where they seem to be productive, but at times it's like they don't know what they want to do. So the play calling to me on the offensive side of the ball is the issue. The Browns just ain't it. They're not a good football team. Defensively, I don't know what the issue is. I don't think they've had any major issues to disrupt that unit. Offensively, I do get that uh, some pieces of the offensive line have been out for periods of time in the game. But to me, trading away Amari Cooper, that's the sign that y'all are preparing for next year. Like, I don't think they're really trying to compete for anything. I think they're going to see what they have on the team, and then there's going to be more changes going on with the Browns moving forward. The Browns may win. I didn't know Joe Burrow's record was like that against the Browns, so maybe that will bode well for them. But honestly, I don't know because Deshaun Watson hasn't been playing well, and they don't have a run game. And expecting Jerry Judy to be your wide receiver one, I don't think that bodes well for you as a football team. So I'll slightly lean Bengals with this.
Give me the line one more time, certified. Sir.
What? Oh, oh man, I don't want to watch this shit. This booty ass game, bro. This might be the worst of them all, though. Anthony Richardson is some butt cheeks. He is, dog. You know what I'm saying? I think last year was an anomaly. It was just a situation where he was a really athletic and there was no film on him. He doesn't even look like an NFL football player, man. And I think that the Colts are going to ruin him. I think that he does have talent, but there's no reason in the world why somebody with what 13 starts 12 starts for his collegiate career should be playing week one in the NFL. And I feel like they've analyzed the film. He don't know what the fuck he doing out there. That defense banged up and they some ass. Miami is. Did they get Chubb back this week? I heard something about Bradley Chubb.
I can check. I'm not sure though.
I don't know.
Uh, Yeah. Regardless, they ass on both sides of the ball. Mike McDaniel might be up for offensive coordinator job after this season. We already talked about Tua in the beginning. I I hope nobody's forced to watch this.
The coach said Bradley Chubb is not expected to return off a pup in week 6, so I
Okay.
think they're waiting until next week. Oh, and also Javon Holland is doubtful, and they got a bunch of other players that are questionable. So
Shit, the whole team questionable. Shit. Oh, my bad. Say that out loud.
So Anthony Richardson is confirmed starting in this game.
yeah, he is.
Mm, yeah, I might
But
take
what
the
happened to
under.
the earn it shit? Like last week, I thought they was on to something. Okay, he gonna have to prove it. He gonna have to show up a couple weeks in practice. Then we put up.
Man, I mean, when you draft someone top 5, man, I hate to say this, especially a quarterback, they ain't got to prove shit, man. You know, what I mean, like you gonna have to play that dude at some point. So, you know, what I mean, the shit is what it is.
Jesus Christ. Go ahead, Pop. My bad. I just thought that's what they was at with it.
All right. This is not an enticing game. I'll take the under on the points. I'm not a fan of either either team's production, especially I don't understand going to Anthony Richardson when Joe Flacco shows he knows how to move that team a lot more efficiently. But I get it. He is a top 5 pick, so you have to play him. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna just take the under on the points. Just because I'm not a fan of either quarterback starting, and for them to be able to score many. Uh, I'll say maybe the Colts can win. Is Jonathan Taylor targeted to come back?
Nope, he's out too.
Oof. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, I'll just stay away from any lines. I'm gonna be honest. I might just lean the Colts, but man, this is a trash matchup. I don't know. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I mean, give me the Colts. Nigga. I mean,
That's a
give me the
bad
Colts money line. I just don't have it in me to pick the Dolphins. I mean, I don't like that team anyway. So yeah, give me the Colts. I don't really have too much confidence in the Colts though, because you got Richardson coming off an injury, so I don't know how it's going to be. But I mean, luckily they got Flacco in the, I
And
guess
ain't what's that wide receiver that they had over there with the Colts?
Pittman.
Pittman. He's still out, right?
Nah, he played last week. I think he's going to play this week too.
Okay.
So he's playing. Downs is playing. Pierce. I mean, they got all their weapons. It's just like I feel more comfortable if they had Jonathan Taylor. If they had Jonathan Taylor, then I would take them -3. I mean, without question.
Agreed.
But I mean, it's not just he's out. I mean, they say Trey Sermon, he's dinged up. He might not play, so they're down to Mike Goodson. Mike Goodson ain't even that good. But it's basically the fact that they got Tyler Huntley. I don't got no confidence in Tyler Huntley, and I get it that they got Tyreek Hill and Waddle. And I can tell you one thing: Tyreek and Waddle, they must be happy as hell that the news came out that Tua was playing next week. I know them niggas is happy. They happy like hell. Because one thing I do know is that I do know that they have got to be sick of trying to catch passes from Huntley. That's one thing I do know. But yeah, I mean, give me the Colts, the Colts money line, and I guess I'll go under in this game. I'm not too confident on that. I'm definitely not betting on the game. So
no money will be put towards this game. No props, nothing. I will no. No.
No.
Oh man, certified. One more time for the people. I don't want to watch this shit.
Oh yeah. The Rams are pretty banged up. They all coming off a bye. And the Raiders, they just don't have the talent to compete, man.
I mean, your
I
one
think the
piece you
Rams
could compete
cover.
with ain't on your team no more.
Yeah. I think the Rams cover, but I don't think this is going to be a good game or entertaining game. I
So
mean,
man,
because I don't know. Do y'all like watching the Rams offense?
not
No, I
without
don't.
Cooper and Puka.
I don't
Eh,
like
eh,
watching the Raiders team.
eh,
So
And,
I don't enjoy that dink and dunk shit. That I now
and they
I
got the
get
running
it.
back though.
I get it. I get it. Patrick Mahomes does
You
it,
said what?
but
Mitt?
And I do like the Rams running back though.
oh, you
Which one?
talking? Oh yeah.
What was
God
his name?
damn.
Williams?
Williams. Yeah. Williams.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Um, like the constant drag routes, dog. Like it's like I'd rather scratch my own eyeballs out than to watch the Rams offense. Like it's so I don't know. It's like that motherfucker that played Tekken and he get Eddie and he just hitting buttons. Like it's just it's annoying and it's so boring to me. Drag route, comeback, drag route, slant, drag route. Like it's just like damn. But hey, bro, you gotta stop it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't want to watch this shit.
Hey, they taking it. So South Carolina just getting at Oklahoma and putting them in the shed, beating the dog breaks off of them like this.
I mean, Oklahoma quarterback
Oklahoma
is
has a
terrible.
quarterback issue.
Yeah, he's terrible. I mean, he done
20,
he done
24
fumbled.
to 0 though is Jesus.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, but I
like
think two of the scores came on defense though.
Ooh, yeah.
yeah, through like what 3 picks, a couple. Yeah, listen, Oklahoma has a quarterback issue. Neither quarterback that they have started is good.
And the crazy thing was, like, they forced out Dilly and Gabriel. They forced him to go to Oregon because they thought they had the guy on the roster.
I was just gonna say they made a
Mhm.
mistake, boy. They got rid of Dylan and made a big mistake.
And then if you watch Oregon last night, man, I mean, Dylan was out there doing dimes last night. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, Dylan
Yeah, they
played
made a
well with
mistake.
Oklahoma last year. That's why I was kind of surprised that he left.
They I mean definitely forced him out.
They
Yeah,
forced
That's
him
but
out.
yeah, I heard about the quarterback that they wanted to start. I was like, okay, maybe he's better.
I thought he was. Hey, look, Pop, I'm with you. I'm like, oh, he got to be the truth. He got to be showing up because Dylan Gabriel played pretty good football last year.
Mm-hmm.
To see this, I'm like, oh, well, you made a mistake. Okay. Well, I guess at some point you'll try to get your money back. Yeah, I don't want to watch this game though.
I mean, give me Rams money line. Because I think the Rams are gonna beat the Raiders. I don't think that's too much to ask. I do like Williams, the like I said earlier, the running back for the Rams. I mean, give me him for anytime touchdown and give me him for his yards because I think he's definitely gonna hit that. I heard rumors that Cooper Kupp might play in this game, so I'm just not sure.
I see they changed his designation to questionable or something, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't bet on him though. Like anytime a player coming back from injury, like I tend not to bet on them because I don't really know what to expect.
I don't know how the team's gonna treat you or how ready you are. Cause like some teams play it safe and you really don't get the targets that week.
And then on the Raiders side, their running back situation is inconsistent. Everybody thought Zamir White was going to be the guy. He's looked like complete ass, trash can ass this year. Jacoby Myers has been downgraded to doubtful, so I don't think he's playing. The only viable guy on the Raiders that you can bet on is Brock Bowers. That's the only viable guy that you can bet on, and I'm not. And Bowers is my guy, and I'm not even betting on him. So I mean, that should kind of tell you something.
Yeah, I'm staying away from any Raiders props. If I'm gonna bet on this game, Rams should win this. I just think that even with the injuries, they'll play a better game than the Raiders. Like to what J Mick says, there's nothing that the Raiders offensively do well, and some of your key players aren't going to be in the game, and you just traded away your best wide receiver weapon. So there's that. So the Rams should win. I think one player, if you do want to target for a prop bet, is Whittington. I'm not sure if I'm saying his last name right for the Rams. He's a wide receiver that's came on strong with
From Texas.
With Cooper and Puka being out, he's had some pretty productive games. Has honestly showed up pretty well for them over the last few games that they have had. So I'll look at him, maybe look at his receptions or his receiving yard line, depending on where it is. You might want to take that. But yeah, Rams should win.
And Louisville keeping it close at half, 17-24. Hey, all right. Well, we all know like the Raiders are the next team on like the tanking line. Who's the best quarterback fit for what the Raiders have on the roster?
It's probably gonna be Shador, I would guess.
I think they're gonna get Shador. I don't know if he fits, but I think his connection with Tom Brady is what's gonna secure him to go there.
What do they have on offense?
They got Jacoby, Brock Bowers.
I mean,
that's it.
Yeah,
Meyer.
Oh yeah, Michael Mayer.
Yeah, that's
he's
another
kind of
they got.
Though so far.
But
I mean, like
they don't really have much.
Yeah, and the thing is, they need a quarterback, but they also going after trading Tay, they're going to need
a receiver.
Yeah, they don't have a number one guy anymore.
So you think they want it? So you think first round and second round picks are offensive?
No, I don't necessarily think they have to even wait till the draft to get a wide receiver. I think they can get one during free agency.
Like who though? I mean, like the best wide receiver in free agency might be T. Higgins. That's it. The rest of them is not.
Or maybe they can trade for a wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, the list of free agent wide receivers, this summer. I mean, well, this spring is not exactly that great either.
Yeah, it wasn't good last year either.
Yes, I mean they
kind of playing a lot of those guys, man.
I mean, they kind of put themselves in a tough position because if I was them, I'd have just kept Tay. I wouldn't have traded them because at least you got a number one and they got Jacoby next number two. So going into the draft, like you only need a quarterback, but I mean now you put yourself in a position where you need a wide receiver and now you also need a quarterback. So I'm just not sure.
But I think that's why you make the trade with Tay because now you have more draft capital. So maybe if you do see a trade you want to make during the offseason, you can make it. Or if you want to trade up or trade back, just acquiring assets. There's too many deficiencies for them to fix that Raiders team in one offseason.
So right now, available next year be Stephon Diggs, T. Higgins, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin, Brandon Cooks, Deontay Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins, Robert Wood, Marquise Brown, Darius Slayton.
Yeah, see, I think,
Brown, I think, stays with the Chiefs.
and I think Cooper's
Woods.
getting re-signed by the Bills. I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
as
I
well.
agree. I don't know about Stephon. Maybe
I
he
think
resigns with the
Stephon and
Texans.
T. Higgins probably the two that you
Um,
might get a chance to shoot at, maybe.
unless Stephon tries to get his way to the Cowboys. I don't know.
That's why I say you might,
Um,
because he the type of guy that he'll have a destination already planned out in his head.
I think T. Higgins might be the best. Or you said Deontay Johnson
Yep,
with the Panthers, right?
yep.
Yeah, they potentially might target him. Um,
I mean,
yeah,
I
because
stopped
the
naming them
the
because like
other
the guys
the
after
other
that is like,
names you named, I don't see.
yeah.
I think a couple of them like maybe retire or I don't see the Raiders wanting to target them just because of their age. I think they would want to go younger at that
Cause
position.
like it was other guys on here pop, but I stopped naming like OBJ, Nelson Aguilar, like Matt
hmm
Collins. I mean, it's those guys. I don't think those guys fit the criteria what we just talking about though.
Yeah, no, I think the best two will probably be T. Higgins and Stephon. But like I said, the issues the Raiders have, it's gonna at least take 2 years for them to fix.
Right.
Like one off, like I think this upcoming draft they need to get their quarterback and build around him as best as possible because I do think they do have some pieces there, but it's gonna take at least another year after that for them to actually be competitive.
Next game on the list is Chiefs versus Niners. Niners favored by 2, over under 46.5. Certified?
We should win this game, man. Even with the injuries, I feel like we have more talent than them. Um, I don't see why we shouldn't win this game. Um, Chiefs defense is playing lights out right now, but my offensive line is fully healthy. It's week 7. Unfortunately, Andy Reid is like 24-4 after the bye in his career. Um, we had somewhat of a what is it? A little mini bye plan on Thursday last week or whatever. So we had like 10 days off. I hope that helps. Um, but they got Patrick Mahomes. So I don't know. It's 2 points, so of course it's going to be close. Brock is playing really, really good right now. If Brandon could catch the ball, we would probably be, I don't know, maybe 5-1 instead of 3-3. But whatever. We should win this, man. We should win this and cover. Uh, I like Jordan Mason, his attempts. I'm not sure what his production is going to be, and I'm gonna look for uh, Purdy and George to try to attack their linebackers, and vice versa. Kelsey should have a game. They don't typically put Fred on him, but they probably will because that motherfucker Campbell, man, he's so fucking slow, and he can't tackle. Everybody attacks him, man. In the fourth quarter, that's how everybody closes the gap on us. They start attacking Campbell or whatever. So I don't know. Hopefully we can Sorensen can figure out how to hide him, maybe rotate Winters and Bill in, and Flowers. I don't give a fuck who it is. I just want somebody to take snaps away from Campbell. But I think we cover. Patty will probably. He always throws a pick versus us, so I'll probably take that.
Hey, Ricky Pearsall got activated, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
yeah,
heard.
he's going to play. Jennings is out with a hip injury, but Ricky's playing.
I'm definitely gonna watch that to see how Ricky. No, it ain't gonna be a lot, but just to see how he steps into that, semi role they're gonna give him today.
I mean,
I
this is
mean,
another one of them games that could be game of the week too. I mean, there's a good amount of games this week could be game of the week.
facts.
I'll just touch on it. I do like the Niners in this game. Like to me, like if the Chiefs win or lose the game, I don't really think it makes any impact on their season. Like if they lose, they'd be like, "Well, we beat you on the Super Bowl the year before," or whatever. Like, doesn't to me this game does not move the needle for the Chiefs at all. Like I think it moves the needle more for the Niners to me. Um, because like the Niners, like I don't remember, I can't recall the last time the Niners beat the Chiefs, whether regular or in the postseason. I think it's been a little bit. So I think it's like a psyche situation for them. Like I think they need to beat this team to say, hey, like we can beat this team because it's not like the games have been close. Like they've been up in the majority, like like the Super Bowl games, they've been up 10 points, in both of them games. I think when they played them in the regular season, though, I don't think the 49ers were up in that game. Like I think the Chiefs were up in that whole game. So I mean, for the Niners, it's more of a psyche issue where they gotta know that we can beat this team. And so I think the key, like I have one key to this game, and I think the key to the game is Brock Purdy because, in my opinion, like I expect for the Niners to be able to run the ball effectively, somewhat effectively. Like I mean, obviously the Chiefs have a really good defense. So I mean, like the Chiefs are gonna make it hard on you to be able to run the ball. But to me, the key to the game is Brock Purdy. To me, um, Brock Purdy has shown this season where he can make plays inside the pocket and I mean outside the pocket. And I think for the Niners to be successful, and you got to block a guy like Chris Jones. I think he's going to have to make plays outside the pocket for them to be able to win this game. And then I think if he can do that, then I think they have a good chance of winning the game. And I mean also for the Chiefs, like I just think you can take advantage of the Chiefs offense right now because yeah, I mean like they have Kareem Hunt and I mean Kareem has looked good in like the last 1 or 2 games that he's played. But I mean Rice is not there, so I mean like Rice is not there, Brown is not there, so I mean like like they don't have a bunch of receivers that you have to really defend. I mean you have to defend Kelsey, and Kelsey can get loose. I mean he's proven. And the one thing I do not want to see is I don't want to see the Niners playing zone. Like you cannot play zone against the Chiefs and Kelsey. It's not going to work out for you. It's just not. So I mean that's just my outlook on the game. I mean I'm giving the Niners money line. I like Jordan Mason to get in the end zone. I like Kelsey to get in the end zone. And then I think it's a game where Brandon Ayuk has to show up. I mean, he had a pretty good game. Like I think against the Seahawks, he made a couple good catches. But I think this is the game where he's got to show that this is why you pay me that money.
Ooh, real quick, y'all. I definitely skipped the game. Real quick. Damn. Panthers versus Commanders. Commanders favored by 9.5. Over under is 51.5. I don't know how I skipped that. I got the Commanders in this game. The Panthers stink.
I mean, you probably skipped it because of the Panthers. That's probably why you skipped it.
So I probably looked right over there. It's like, damn, the Panthers playing? Shit, another game I don't want to watch.
yeah. I mean, I'm with you. Like, I don't like the big spreads. I mean, give me the Commanders, man. The Panthers are also got a bunch of players that are sitting. Like they're like, I think Deontay's he's healthy, but he's sitting, and a bunch of other players. Yeah.
They got going on over there.
They got people that they might trade. So I mean, Deontay on the trade block right now, so he might get traded too. I do like Brian Robinson supposed to be back in this game, so I do like Brian Robinson and to score a touchdown. I do like Terry to score a touchdown as well.
So for me, dog, I feel like you probably overlooked this game because I'm looking at the Commanders like last year's Detroit Lions, These motherfuckers are so annoying, dog. I've in all my motherfucking years of watching football, I've never seen a fan base perform like this, dog. Like these niggas are so fucking loud, dog. They are so fucking sensitive, yo. They cannot take any for a motherfucker that picked second overall in last year's draft. They can't take any fucking criticism of their team or quarterback whatsoever. And it's like I am different from most other fans. I'm not hoping they fall on their face. I hope they keep this shit up. I hope they win a division because I want to see these motherfuckers perform in the playoffs. All of this fucking yelling and whooping and hollering and crying and shit, yo, from Commanders fans, ladies and gentlemen. It's
I was agreeing with you
just
for
in
a
case
moment.
you're wondering who the fuck I'm talking about. They
I
are
was
playing
agreeing
good.
with you for a moment, sir, until you said you wanted to win the division. I know the fuck I know. I want to
I
see him
want
keep
these
going.
motherfuckers to perform at a all-time level so that I can see them in the playoffs. Because, like I say all the time, more times than not, you're playing against the best defenses in the league. Okay, he is a Jaden Daniels is a really great athlete. If you just look at his numbers, he it says that he's a really good quarterback. Yes, he's making those throws. Yes, he is a one read quarterback. Yes, he does pass really good on the run. Yes, that defense is overachieving right now. Um, you know, the Panthers they can be competitive. They've shown some grit. I don't think that Washington is just going to go in there and beat on them, but I got them winning. But I hope the Commanders blow out everybody. I hope we play them motherfuckers in the playoffs in Landover because I want to pull up. I'm so fucking sick and tired of these motherfuckers, man. I can't wait for January. Y'all got it.
I mean, they are very at this moment obnoxious. They've been talking very crazy. If you had listen, if you close your eyes, sir, you walked in a space, you close your eyes, you would swear that they was the Chiefs and the Chiefs was the 40 was the was the Commanders. Because how they talking, boy, it's like, oh yeah, this it, this the run, Super Bowl, huh?
Bro, if you woke up from a coma and you heard the Commanders talking, and I told you that they picked second in last year's draft, you will probably pass the fuck out and go back into a fucking coma. These motherfuckers act like they had a fucking winning record, much less going to the playoffs, much less going to the fucking championship round or the Super Bowl. These motherfuckers picked two overall, but you wouldn't know it. But hey, bro, hats off to them. I hope I see you motherfuckers in Landover in January.
But I do got the Commanders though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any way you could pick the Panthers to win a game. I mean, I get they won one game, but it's hard to pick them, man. Just saying.
Facts. Pop, I know you got to touch on both games, so when you're done with this one, I'll switch it back to the 49er
Yeah. Commanders. I don't think anything else needs to be said. Um, like we all know what's going on with the Panthers team, and I just think that offensively, what the Commanders are doing, they'll be able to overrun that very lackluster Panthers defense.
Chiefs versus Niners.
Um, the Chiefs have been finding gritty ways to win games. Um, the 49ers have been playing well as of late. I don't know who's gonna win. I think both teams have an advantage. I'll probably just uh, I may take the over on the total point scored in this game. I do agree that Patrick Mahomes does tend to throw. He's been throwing quite a few picks in the games. In games, he's at least good for one pick a game this season, and I think that will continue. Um, so if you want to take that prop, I'll take it as long as it's over a half for an interception. I wouldn't take anything more. No, but I think this is probably going to be the game of the day. The implications, the history going into this game. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty good.
All right. The next game we got on the list is Jets versus Steelers. Jets favorite by 2, over under 38.5. Sunday night football.
Man, this might be a rock fight right here, man.
Go ahead, speak on it.
I mean, we all know that the Jets got Tay, right? They got Tay on Tuesday right after they lost that game to the Bills that they could have very well won that game, dropping to 2-4. To me, this is their season, man. Like, you can't go 2-5 and think you're gonna make the playoffs. Like, if you go 2-5, you'd have to roll off 7, 8, 9 in a row, to be honest. Like, you'd have to roll off a lot of games in a row to win. So I think for the Jets, it's do or die. And for the Steelers, like, I get it that you want to get Russ in the game because you think he can add a dimension to your offense. But I don't know about throwing a guy that hasn't played a game and going against that Jets secondary. I mean, like, the Jets run defense is meh. It's not that good. I mean, you can run on them.
Right.
But I mean, Najee is not exactly the most explosive running back in the league either. Like, he's a real plotting running back, not a bunch of speed.
They get their other guy back too this week, don't they?
Yeah, Jalen Warren. But it's how much you gonna play him? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'd have kept Justin Fields in there, seeing that you're facing the team that can't stop the run, and you would have like a dual threat, like you got your running back and quarterback be able to run it on them. For the Steelers, what's gonna have to keep them in the game is gonna be their defense. Like, JJ Watt and Highsmith are gonna have to create havoc against that Jets O line. The Jets O line is not the greatest. I believe they're gonna put JPJ on Tay, I would think. And they're gonna put Dante Jackson on Garrett in the slot, but then again, like, they got a slot corner who is not really that good either. So I don't really like the matchups. But knowing the Steelers over the time that we played them, it's best to, especially with their offense, if you can get points on them early and get them behind, that's the way to beat them. But I just don't know if the Jets are gonna be able to do that. Like, I'm gonna take the Steelers plus the 2. I think it's a very close game. I think the game goes under. I mean, I think it's going to be a defensive struggle because I get that they got Tay, but I just think it's going to take some time. It's pretty much the same offense, pretty much, but I just think it's going to take some time for him to get acclimated. And I think you still got to run the ball with Breece Hall and then Braylon Allen. Like, I think that's a part of the game plan that you still got to hold to, even though you got a bunch of wide receivers. I still think you got to still try to run the ball, even though the Steelers can stop the run pretty effectively. Prop wise, I definitely like Tay because I think they're going to try to force feed Tay like early in this game. So I think he's going to at least get 50, 60 yards in this game. But I also think Garrett Wilson will be able to do the same thing, get about 50, 60 yards. And also like Breece to get in the end zone. Breece was close to getting in the end zone last week. He would have gotten in the end zone if they didn't get called back for a holding call. So I do like him getting in the end zone. For the Steelers, Jets defense is weak in terms of the run. So I mean, give me Najee to get in the end zone, and I do think Pickens is going to be able to take advantage of Sauce Gardner as well. So that's just that's how I see the game.
I'll give the slight edge to the Jets just because I don't know how Russell Wilson's gonna look in his first game. And I think taking away the running ability that Fields gives you, I think that might be a knock for the offense. I do think that if the Jets line can't slow, not because you can't stop TJ Watt, but at least try to slow down how much he's gonna try to wreck your game. I think it's gonna be a long day because TJ Watt can take over a game pretty easily, especially if your O line is unable to stop him from disrupting your quarterback. Um, I do think Tay is going to get his targets. I also think Wilson is going to get his targets. I think they'll have pretty good games. I don't I don't know about Najee Harris because, like I said, he's not a dynamic running back. He's not like a running back you have concern for being in the backfield. It's easy to kind of slow him, and so I don't think that's going to be like a problem for the Jets defense to kind of worry about. So I like the Jets. I like the Jets. Just offensively, I don't know what the Steelers are going to give you.
So,
Let me see. I don't know. I think that the offense is the Jets offense is, I don't know, they might look a little different this week. Just having Tay out there on the field is demands a lot of attention. You know, Garrett Wilson might have the best game of his career, but we do know Aaron Rodgers is going to um, force the ball to Adams to some degree. But with that said, TJ Watt, man, that motherfucker's phenomenal. He's like, I don't know, like he's more than just a position on the field. He's like a whole fucking defense by himself, you know, and he's gonna have fun with the right side of that line, man. Like this is gonna be, uh, yeah, he might have a game. Uh,
it's gonna be one of them days.
yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, man. They might sell out to stop TJ. You know what I'm saying? Put a tight end over there. Try to see if a running back can probably chip or something like that. Um, I don't know, but I want to see what this Jets. I want to see what the Jets do on offense with Tay. I think. Hmm, I don't know about the Jets winning this game though, man. Um, it is as good as Tay is, and him and Rogers, whatever connection they may or may not have, and what frees up with Garrett Wilson, they still got to keep Rogers upright. And until I see somebody do it, they can't. So um, I got the Jets. I would actually take the Steelers money line on this one, man. Um, any JJ Watt probably gonna have at least 2 sacks. Um, I I I don't like anything on the offensive side. Maybe Garrett Wilson's yards. I'm not sure about his receptions. I don't trust Brees Hall in that run game to stay consistent enough to put no money on them. And I don't like anything on Pittsburgh side of the ball, to be honest with you. Um, so yeah, JJ Watt's sacks and Wilson's yards. That's what I like, and I think the Pittsburgh Steelers gonna win this one in that shitty ass stadium.
Yeah, I got the. I'm gonna take the Jets, man. I don't like Russell Wilson taking Justin Fields' spot and coming in, and it's like a flawless transition. I just don't see it, man. It never works like that. It just doesn't work like that when a guy been sitting out hurt, fighting injury, even 7 weeks on the sideline. The Jets obviously don't have a good run defense, but they do have a prolific pass defense right now. I mean, they're playing somewhere top 10 in the league in the pass game. I want to say they're top 5, but I haven't checked the stats. So I don't know if Russell Wilson comes out and has a better game than Justin Field would have had, to be honest.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
take
that
it.
ain't gonna help them this week, dog. I mean, the Pittsburgh gonna run that ball.
I mean, the other thing about the Jets secondary is that DJ. I don't think DJ Reed is playing in a slot corner. I think Nichols is out too. So So they kind of banged up in that secondary as well. So
I don't think Russell Wilson. Just me personally, I would have preferred to see Justin Fields in this game.
I mean, you still might see him in the game, though, to be honest with you. Because
I don't think they should have been. I didn't see a reason why they benched him. To be honest,
actually, it's showing that DJ Reed is shown as questionable, so he actually still might play, but their slot corner is definitely out. Michael Carter, he's definitely out. So
next game on the list is Ravens versus Bucks. Ravens favored by 3.5. The over under is 49.5, and this is one of our doubleheader Monday Night Football games. I think coming into this game, these are two teams that are playing some phenomenal football at this moment, man. The Bucks, they're playing top notch. Baker Mayfield is playing great quarterback. And the Ravens obviously started out slow, but they found their legs. And they've been on the run, man. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry have been taking teams for a ride. Pause. So I'm definitely taking Derrick Henry for an anytime touchdown. Give me Mike Evans anytime touchdown, and give me Ravens. Give me Ravens minus 3.5.
I mean, so
go ahead.
Get this out real. Let me say this real quick. This is going to be a good game, man. I think, like I said, there's a number of games that could be game of the week. This is another one of them games. It is hard to go down to Tampa Bay and play. I mean, it's still pretty humid and warm down there.
No, it ain't. We down here with jackets on, fam.
So what is it? 60 degrees?
Yeah, it's been a high of 73 the last week since that hurricane.
Nigga talking about cold and it's 73 degrees, man.
Hey man, listen, for you in Florida, man, that's nice weather, man. I ain't say cold, I said nice weather.
I'll tell you, man. But yeah, I mean, but it's still a change of temperature because they come from Baltimore, man. I'm pretty sure Baltimore is a lot like it is in the Northeast. It's probably, it's probably pretty cool right now. The key to the game is the Bucs got to be able to stop Derrick Henry, man. I think that's just the key. Like, if you can't stop Derrick Henry, man, this offense will just roll over you. And I think that's the key for them. The Bucs secondary hasn't been that good, but I think Winfield Jr. is back, so I think he should be able to help that out. I'm going to take the Bucs plus the points, plus the 3.5. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Bucs can cover the 3.5. I think it's like more of a 3-point game. I mean, either way, I'm not sure who's going to win, but I do like the Bucs plus a 3.5. There's a capability of this game to go over, and I kind of like the over because I think it's going to be a good amount of points scored because, the Bucs can run it or throw it, and the same for the Ravens. The Ravens can run it or throw it. The props that I like in this game, Zay Flowers.
Hey, you're right. 66.
Yeah.
66.
Props like in the game. Zay Flowers does all his work in the first half, so I definitely love him to cover his yards in the first half.
You've been taking that for a minute too. You took that last week, didn't you?
Yeah, and I think Zay in the first half went for $130 in the first half, man. Zay
I remember you saying you took him for the first half last week too.
Yeah, the thing about Zay is, man, if he gets, he's gonna get all his action in the first half, but in the second half they just don't throw to him. I don't get it. Don't make much sense, but I will. We move on. Derrick Henry, I'm treating him like CMC last year. The man scored in every game he's played this year. So until he does not score a touchdown, I'm gonna put a bet on him for a anytime touchdown. I got him for that. On the Bucs side, I expect Mike Evans to be much better in this game this week than he was last. So give me him for anytime touchdown, his yards and his receptions. The Buccaneers backfield, I don't trust their running backs because they're on a committee right now, so I can't really say who's going to get the bulk of the carries and who's going to play the best because I think the coach said that they're going to ride with the hot hand. So so I'm just not going to put my coin on that at all.
Hey, I just see that report. Somebody just
the
sent me that
hot
report.
hand is Bucky Irvin, but they're starting with Rashad White, who didn't play last week.
Hey, somebody just sent me the report to clarify. Yes, Tua Tagovailoa will be the starter next week. I guess it's somebody watching said we need to clarify that he will be the starter next week.
Well, yeah, that's what I said because the coach said that already.
Yeah, so They just sent it to my DM, so I just wanted to put it
Yeah,
out
Mick
there.
said that shit when we was talking about it.
Yeah,
I
I
guess
Yeah.
the person that sent it to me didn't hear us say it already, so I reiterated for them.
guess so.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Listen, Linda, listen.
You tuned in late. Goddamn it, you tuned in late. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, Pop, whoever, whichever one.
I think for this one, man, this is one of the games I want to see, man. The Bucks defense is playing good football right now. That boy Vita Veda, man, like he's been on fire like the last 2, 3 weeks, and Derrick Henry, the same on that side of the ball. He really been rolling. So I think that's going to be a real good matchup. The Bucks front four versus Derrick Henry. I actually think that the Ravens offensive line has been performing way better than I anticipated, and definitely better how they started. And I think this is going to be a good game, man. Baker Mayfield is playing. Everybody's playing good ball right now. On both of these teams, so this should be a really good game. Hopefully, Baker isn't tipping the scale in a negative way, because you definitely can't give Lamar no extra possessions or whatever. But like Mick said, man, I'm gonna go with Derrick Henry's yards and his attempts. I'm gonna definitely go with Baker's attempts. Lamar, I don't know, man. Um, y'all know how I feel about Todd Bowles, man. He's one of the best defensive minds I've seen in all my years of watching football. I'm excited about this game. I really haven't taken time to like look at anything as far as like the. I'm just talking off the top of my head on this one. I'm really excited. I'm about as excited for this game as I am for the Chiefs Niners game. So I hope it's a good I hope it's a good game.
Pop?
Yeah, I agree. Specifically with the players that the Bucks defense has gotten back, I think that the
I think
secondary has
Pop
been
probably had to
playing.
step away.
No, she talking.
Yeah,
Oh
she talking.
man, I'm
Uh,
gonna drop and come back.
all right. I think the secondary has been playing a lot better. I think Zion, McCullum has been playing really well for them throughout the course of the year. Um, and I like to see that matchup between Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. I think that's going to be a key matchup to watch in this game. Also for the Buccaneers, I think Chris Godwin is gonna show out once again. I don't know who will be covering him in the slot. They're also starting to move Godwin around the line in the offense a lot more. So we'll see that. I personally think the Bucks need to go with Bucky Irving. I think if you're telling me who to start between him and Rashad White, I would take Bucky Irving. I think when it comes to who hits the gaps, the holes better, it's Bucky. He sees it, he goes, and he hits it, and he's smooth, and he's also smooth in the passing game as well. So hopefully that's the decision they go with for this game, but we'll see. I think this is gonna be a really good game. I really do. Todd Bowles, I agree with what Sir said. I think Todd Bowles is one of the underrated defensive minds in the league. And I think he'll be able to cook something up to try to slow down offensively what the Ravens want to do in the run game. So we'll see. I do like Zay Flowers. Probably his catches. I don't know about his yardage, but I will probably like his receptions. I'll do the Henry anytime touchdown because he seems to score in every game. And I'll also look at maybe Godwin's receptions or receiving yards as well because I think he'll get his in this game as well.
So we do have a double header for Monday night. So the second game is Chargers versus Cardinals. Chargers favored by 2. Over under is 43.5. Cardinals will be having their blackout.
I never knew the Chargers had black uniforms to begin with.
I think it's the new
Car
uniform they got for this season.
Okay.
Chargers got blackout.
I meant Cardinals.
Oh,
My bad.
okay. Yeah, I was about to say I didn't know the Chargers had black uniforms.
Cardinals will be doing a blackout.
I'm not interested in this one either.
Which game comes off first? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
The one I showed first, Ravens Bucks will be the first game.
Man,
Yeah.
this should have been the first one. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Nah, I just want.
Nah,
back.
I think they did it right, dog. Like
Oh.
we get to watch this the Ravens game uninterrupted. We don't have to look for it or find it. Like we already know. And then when that game is over, we could just watch the fourth quarter, the last 8 minutes of this boo boo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but like you gotta have like ESPN Plus to watch it, or you can catch a legal stream.
ESPN Plus.
Yeah, that's what it's on. ESPN Plus. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't even have to watch it. Cool, even better.
I'm glad
I got that. So.
Yeah, that shit come with my Hulu, so I guess I'll watch it.
Hey, look, I got ESPN Plus, but no, I'm talking about the second game. I don't have to watch it. I don't even have to turn it to the Chargers and Cardinals because it's on ESPN Plus.
I don't understand why this line is this close. The Cardinals are playing competitive football right now, and I feel like Marvin Harrison is starting to pick it up week by week. Run game is already going, and they not even really using Trey Benson like that. And Kyler, man, he gonna do what he do. Is you just gotta contain the people around him, but it's really no containing Kyler's little ass. He's like a fucking leprechaun with a pot of gold, dog. Like it's hard to catch his little ass once he get that. It's like that defense, man, like the same thing that I was saying about Denver. Like the Cardinals, man, them motherfuckers, they bring their pads, bro. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you ready. You know, the Chargers, they have been competitive, but I just don't know how long you can keep this shit up with the amount of talent that they have. So I'm driving, so I got it. I'm thinking
Hey,
and driving
Louisville
this
just
shit at
took
the
one
same
to the
time.
crib.
Oh,
Louisville just took a kick return to the crib, 24-31.
So
okay.
who's winning? Miami or Louisville?
Miami scored, and then they kicked it off, and Louisville took it to the crib.
Yeah, they walked down the field on their ass. I'm not sure about the props because I don't know who's going to do what on either side of the ball, but I'll take the Cardinals and the point. I'll push this up to 2.5, 3.
No, so what's this? Two. Damn, this is a hard game to call. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, the Chargers should win the game, but like anytime he play the Cardinals, man, if like it's kind of like what Certified said. If Kyler come out there and start balling, and I mean, like they do. The thing about the Cardinals is they got offensive pieces. It's just their defense has been playing terrible. I mean, like they added a lot in the offseason, to the defense, a lot of draft picks, a lot of free agents, and it just has not mixed well for them. And I'm concerned with them is if they're able to stop the run, because the one thing you do know the Chargers are going to do is they're going to run the ball with, J.K. Dobbins. And I'm just not convinced that the Cardinals can stop that. So I'm gonna take the Chargers minus the 2. Justin Herbert showed you that he can actually throw the football last week because he was throwing it pretty effectively last week. I mean, for the people that had questions about that and this, like this offensive scheme that they're running. The over under, I'm gonna stay away from it because I think it can go over, but I don't really want to put my coin on that. Give me J.K. Dobbins for anytime touchdown. Give me my boy Lad McConkey for a anytime touchdown. And on the Cardinal side, I like John Connor for a anytime touchdown. And Marvin Harrison for a anytime touchdown as well.
After how he did me last week, well, I don't know if I'm betting with James Conner, man. James Conner was, man, very disappointing. Very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Yeah, I think the Chargers should win just because I don't think the Cardinals defensively can consistently stop the run. and that is what the Chargers are gonna do. Um, but I don't know because the Cardinals, they listen to Sark's point. When Kyler gets to cooking, that Cardinals team will shock. So I personally, I'm staying away from any spreads, any lines. I'll probably just take
Oh my God.
I'll probably just take J.K.
Uh,
Dobbins
Miami
rush
just turned it over.
attempts. Good.
Where?
It looked like on like the 25, 20.
They're
Like,
25 or
yes,
Louisville 25? Oh,
Louisville is in field goal range already.
okay, bet.
All
Yeah, they
right.
start from the 26.
All right. Cool. I gotta bet with somebody that Miami.
Oh! He dropped the teddy! He dropped the teddy! Ah! Damn!
Which one was worse? Theirs or ours?
Nah, he had this, bro. He just when he
That
came
motherfucker
down.
had it too.
Yeah, you're right.
Nah,
Couldn't have thrown a better pass. That shit hit him in his fucking chest.
ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call hate watching right here. This is what you call hate watching right here.
No, man. I ain't hate watching
nigga, y'all
it
know
all.
how much I hate Miami, though. Like I hate Miami more than I hate Alabama. Y'all know how much I hate Alabama.
Go ahead, Pop. My bad.
Nah, that's good. Listen, I need to know what's going on in that Miami game. I gotta bet with somebody that Miami ain't going undefeated. And
damn, he had the tutty. Oh, wow.
I need Louisville to pull this one out for me. But yeah, nah, I'm gonna take J.K. Dobbins rush attempts, and then I'm gonna also take probably take Kyler's rush yard line, depending on where it is. I'll probably take that, but I'm gonna stay away from anything else. I just want to see. Hopefully, this is a competitive game, because if not, it could just be a sloppy, unwatchable.
Touchdown, Louisville. Touchdown, Louisville.
Let's go.
Touchdown.
Let's go.
Yeah. Cut Louisville. Got that.
I'm like I said. I mean, like hate watching that is best, man.
I got 2 games. I'm gonna be doing that with later on.
Oh man, yeah. Did I go? I ain't even go. Damn, I ain't even go.
Hey, Mick, you know what I wish I could post right now out of you saying that that Dwayne Wade meme when he's like, shit. Yeah. Love hate watching Miami, dog. Love that shit.
Bro, if Oklahoma is Jesus Christ, 32-3 at halftime is crazy. You get punched on for sure. Chargers versus Cardinals though. I don't know. I really felt like this should have been even spread. Yeah, I think it should have been even spread. Because I think this game can go either way. I don't really think either team is really better than the other one per se. I think the Cardinals offensively, like y'all said, if Kyler Murray get to going with his legs and that offense starts flowing, he can get the ball out. He could put up points. You know what I'm saying? They could put up yards. They could put up points. For me, I think the Chargers running game it's been obviously something I haven't been familiar with the Chargers in a while, but their running game has been prolific. I mean, J.K. Dobbins has been going crazy. I didn't think he had this left in his legs after all the injuries with the Ravens. So to see him have a resurgence is great to watch. I think the Chargers should be able to pull this game out. But I don't really know who to pick, bro. Like, I think the Cardinals can pull it out too. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna take the Chargers. I'm gonna take the Chargers. Money line. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I don't. I'm definitely not watching this game. Definitely not watching this game. this game could be very exciting, but it also could be extremely, excruciatingly ugly. So, all right. So the last game is our Thursday night game. Vikings versus Rams. Vikings favored by 3. Over under is 47.5. I'm gonna take the Vikings in this game. The Rams just got too many injuries right now, man. I mean, they trying to compete. I mean, obviously they probably at this point have Cooper Kupp back. If not, should be in full effect at that point. But I still like the Vikings. They playing better football than the Rams due to being more healthy. At that point, I think Aaron Jones would be back in the offense, running offense. So I'm gonna take the Vikings. Give me Justin Jefferson anytime touchdown in this game, and give me Aaron Jones anytime touchdown. I think
They make you on mute.
Yeah. My bad. I'm surprised this line is only 3. Like I was saying when I was on mute, I'm surprised. Maybe because the games haven't been played yet, and this is just like a generic line that's been thrown out there. But I think the Vikings should be favored by more than 3.
It's on FanDuel. I mean, you can actually bet on that game right now on FanDuel for 3 points.
That's low.
That's why I got the look. That's why I got the spread from. No bullshit.
That's crazy low. I mean, give me the Vikings minus the 3 because the Rams are just. I mean,
I ain't bullshitting. What they say, FanDuel?
Yeah, say FanDuel. That's
what they say. I can bet on 3 points right now.
Yeah, I mean that's a crazy line. Like, give me the Vikings minus the 3. I think the game goes over as well. I mean, it's kind of
minus 7.
It should be minus 7. I mean, like unless they have news that we don't know that Puka about to come back for that game. I mean, I just don't know. But yeah, I mean, I just think the Vikings are going to present too many problems for that Rams offense. I mean, the Rams offensive line is still pretty hurt. Floyd's going to blitz the hell out you. So. And I mean, like, Stafford's a tough guy, but it's just like it's, at some point it does affect your clock in your head and all that. Prop wise, I mean, I'd probably go for Jefferson for a touchdown. Maybe like a Jordan Addison touchdown as well. I mean, for the Rams, I mean, Kyron Williams is, like he's always a good candidate to score a touchdown for the Rams as well. So.
I got it same, man. I got to see the injury report because I know the Rams offensive line is pretty banged up. So I'm not sure who's going to play this week and how healthy they're going to be after their first week back. And again, man, I just Stafford. I think that he's good, but Stafford turned that ball over too, man. Like he does some shit that make your head spin. At least even at this stage in his career, he'll throw a pass where you're like, I'm not sure what the fuck he was looking at, bro. Like, why would you do that? But I still got, with that said, I still got Minnesota covering. They just I just don't feel like the Rams have the talent or experience to compete with Minnesota coming off the bye. Wait a minute. This would be second game after the bye. Yeah, man. Even still, I just don't think that the Rams have the talent or the experience to compete with them right now. Minnesota's on a roll. I don't think. Who do they play this week? Is it Detroit? No.
Yeah.
The
Detroit. Yeah. I gotta see who come out of this game healthy. But the the Vikings should cover regardless.
4th down.
Is Miami really about to go for this one?
4th and 1.
I mean, the game is tied. Just punt the ball and play defense.
4th and 1.
That shit don't make sense.
Don't you fold up now?
There's no way they're going for it. They actually went for it. Oh, he barely made it though. Depends on the spot.
Ooh.
Their coaching.
Hey,
Their coaching.
hey, that's Louisville ball, man. Come on. He didn't make it.
If he made it, he barely made it.
Man, other way.
I mean, they should measure that though, but that's close. I don't know. They coaching
That's the skin of his teeth. That's the skin of his teeth.
I'm at their own 34. The game is tied.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're not reviewing this though.
It should be reviewed.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't think it is.
Well, that's the Pop. You going on the Vikings and Rams game?
Oh wow, that's a big play. Damn, he almost scored a touchdown on that play. Boy, and the dude, and the Restrepo's nasty, man.
Yeah, I like the Vikings in this matchup. I think they'll be the healthier team going into this game. And I like Jettas in this. If Aaron Jones is back by then, I like it. I like his at least receiving yards in the game. I think Brian Flores will have this defense humming. Yeah, I like the Vikings.
That's our last game, man. I'm going to continue to hate watch Miami for the day. Win, lose, or draw. And then I'm going to watch the Alabama game. Then I'm going to watch the Georgia game. I'm going to be content for the day. I'm going to eat me some Doritos, nachos today. It's going to be a good day. What y'all got planned today, man? What's going on, man?
It's nothing but me and the couch, man.
Yeah, I'm at
UFC, LSU plays, and catching the rest of these other college games.
You say you have public certified? Let me bring me an old 12 piece, man.
Okay, all right, brother, I got you. But outside, once I go back in, outside not gonna see me till tomorrow. I'm chilling. Got that Francis fight. Should be coming on in what, like another 2 hours.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, man, I'm chilling today, dog. I ain't my HVAC unit hasn't turned on in 5 days. I'm chilling.
It's October, man, and you might not need that no more though.
I mean, heat or AC. I haven't used either one. So, I'm just it's football weather right now. I'm chilling. I'm probably I plan on making me two really large what the fuck they chopped cheeses. That's what I'm in Publix for right now, for some hamburger meat and some baguettes. Fancy, nigga. Fuck Italian road, nigga. Get a baguette.
It's just a loaf of bread, nigga.
Look at old grumpy Smurf over there, dog. This is goddamn, nigga. Be happy for me.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. Well, look, man, we got 106 people in here right now, man. Look, if you're on the X side, you have not come to the YouTube side, man. Come to the YouTube side, like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell on the page, man, so you don't miss none of this good Saturday content. Usually we ain't here for 3 hours and 22 minutes, but today been kind of interesting, man.
Yeah.
So, if you doing this on playback, man, we appreciate you for popping in and watching this good content from us, man. If you haven't already, follow us on Twitter, follow the CheckDown page also. We're gonna be doing some things, man. We're gonna try to stay in contact with the fans, man. We like the interaction. I won't be surprised if a space pop up today, man. We'll send it around to the people. Y'all come out and touch base with the people, man. Let's have fun, man. Let's hate watch some other teams together, man. Like we did this morning already.
Man, I'm gonna hate watch that like Bama game for sure. That's a show thing right there, boy.
We know. That's nasty work, Jamie. That's nasty work.
Man, you know I don't give a damn.
I know. The same way I'm watching this with pride right now. Yeah.
You know I don't give a damn.
How did he? Damn, they had him too, dog. They had him dead to rights. He still launched that bit. But hey, man, that's it, man. You know, if y'all got anything else for the people before we get out of here,
man, enjoy the football today and tomorrow, man. That's about it.
Continue tapping in with us, man, week to week, man. We here every week, Saturdays, 11:15. You know, we gonna be here. We're gonna give you hours of good content while we watch football with you. You know, we can watch games together, man. We appreciate y'all. Sir, Pop, anything for the people before we get out?
No, just keep tapping in with us every Saturday, you know.
Yeah, man. Speaking for everybody, we appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe, man. See y'all next week. Enjoy y'all weekend.
Hey, man. Till next time, man. Y'all know what it is. Peace.